Yo, what's good? What's happening, everybody? I appreciate you checking in. All right. We now know we got Super Bowl set. The stage is set, and we're going to be rocking. But unfortunately, the Buffalo Bills did not pull it off for us. We didn't see Mahomes, Kelsey, the whole Swiftie fan base go down. I think that's what we're hoping for. But KC pulled it off. We get a repeat, I think, 2023, 2 years ago, of the Super Bowl. So Philly, Chiefs. We're going to talk about that for just a little bit. We'll kind of just break that thing down, see who's going to win. I do think the Eagles possibly have a pretty damn good shot with that defense over there. They got enough firepower with Saquon to kind of control that clock a little bit. We'll talk about that. But I appreciate everybody popping in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. I got my guy Chris, Protect Show Podcast. I also got the Severe Raider rocking with me. We always try to hit you guys on a Sunday evening. We're a little bit later today because we want to let you guys enjoy that game and just see the outcome, and now we can chop it up a little bit. So appreciate everybody popping in. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. But Chris, man, how's your weekend? How you feeling?
It's good, man. It's good. My parlays have been on fire. I hate the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, but hey, it made me money, man. So
damn that Kelsey, Kelsey. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, Kelsey messed you up.
He killed me. I had over at least 50 yards. Killed me.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's two catches for, I want to say, like 20 yards.
And then your other one, you came a little short for Eckler too, didn't you?
I needed 4 damn yards for Eckler.
Tell you, it was that last screen. That last screen, if he would have threw it better, he was wide open. He would have got it for you.
I'm telling you, 4 yards, and it was any yards. It was rushing, receiving, didn't matter.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's betting for you. Bit me in the ass, but I'm glad you pulled it off.
Eckler had a fumble though too, right?
I think he did have a fumble.
Yeah.
But they just kept stopping his ass at the line of scrimmage. It was rough. They gave him enough chances. He couldn't get it. But man, I showed you guys last time I was on I think a 12 bet winning streak. I was rolling, but I got killed today. It was rough. And Vegas is getting their money back. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, man. So, Jalen Carter is a man. If you're a team that passed on him, I sure hope you got a superstar instead. I sure hope, or it was a quarterback or something like that. I sure hope you did something like that. So if you passed on him for another defensive lineman,
what about Tyree? We got Tyree though,
or defensive end.
He is an unblocked. He's an unblocked All-American or unblocked All-Pro. If you don't block him, he's a monster.
Stud. Yeah, man. No, Jalen Carter is an absolute beast. But man, Severe, let the people know how you doing this weekend.
Man, I'm doing good, man. And actually, I was rude. I was pulling for the Bills, and then some jerks on Twitter were saying like they were talking real reckless. They were saying some real questionable things, and I was like, you know what? I had to go ahead and back my support, and I had to stay neutral. I'm kind of happy the Bills lost now, actually, because these dudes was kind of talking a little bit reckless, and I'm happy the Bills lost now. They're talking some nonsense. So the Eagles need to handle. The Eagles got to handle their business. Eagles got to handle their business. I'm happy. I'm happy the people that it's a certain element that supports Josh Allen, and they got their comeuppance. Let's just say that.
Yeah, but either way, obviously to start, definitely want to see the Chiefs go down. But hey, we got the stage is set. We got Eagles. We got Chiefs. We're gonna see how it plays out. But we'll talk a little more on it. Talk about the matchup a little bit. It's one more damn game left of football. Even though I continue to bet a little bit, it sucks when football goes down. I do dip into basketball and watch basketball after it's all said and done, but it just sucks when football is over. But salute to the chat, everybody in the building. You got Raider Ryan. I appreciate you pulling up. Jeff in the building. You say Bills that didn't pull it off, man. It's unfortunate. Dominic 5, appreciate you pulling up as well. Dre, always good seeing you. Gun Smoke pulling up in the building. Good seeing you, man. Sun Goddess, appreciate you. Always good seeing you in the chat. Got Mark in the building as well. Terry Ogden, what's happening? Assassin's Creed, what's good? Marcy in the building as well. Always good. Filipino Raider, what's happening? Appreciate everybody pulling up in the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Got Protect Show Podcast. To my left, I got the Severe Raider. Make sure you guys hit that those like buttons. So hey, we got Chiefs, we got Bills, or Chiefs, we got Eagles. One thing I want to say is, what's the likelihood? And I was actually going to bring it up, but shout out to, let's see, I know someone said it. Dre, you said it. I was going to bring it up, man. What are your thoughts? If Andy Reid actually wins a Super Bowl, what do you think will force him into retirement? Do you think it might happen, or he might think about it?
Yeah, I think he's had some health issues, if I remember correctly. I mean, honestly, whatever it takes to get him up out of here, man.
It's all those nuggies. That's what it is.
Yeah, those nuggies. Yeah, get him up out of here. Taylor or Kelsey, Travis Swift, he can go and get married. All I care, like, get him up out of here too. Whatever. I don't care about if you can't beat them, join them, whatever. I want them up out of here. I don't need to beat their best. Get him up out of there and let's get it popping. Yeah,
I mean, Jerry was saying he's already thinking about it last year. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see it. And look, you never root for the Chiefs at all. But if it would be Andy Reid retiring, win yourself one, get the hell out. Get the hell out. I don't want to see you. Get the hell out. I don't want to see your ass anymore.
Hopefully the Eagles take care of business and we ain't got to worry about that. But in terms of him thinking about it last year, I don't know when he was thinking about it because he just signed an extension through 2029 in like April. So whatever he was thinking about, maybe that's one of those things. Like, oh, you know what? I might leave, y'all. I might. And they're like, oh, we got you. We got you.
Here come them mind games, 100%. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know, man. He's what, 66 years old? He's 66, so
66, yeah,
probably.
You know, he's getting up there. I don't care, but yeah, we got ourselves a 73.
He's a young. So. He's what you talking about? He's a young.
I'm about to say he's young.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
That's right, Jeff.
Here we go.
He's a young.
Where's Jeff at?
This young buck right here, man. He can go at least another 15. At
least another 8 years.
Another 15 at least. Them young legs, 66. Oh, bro, he's good. He is good. He ain't even touched 70 yet. He ain't even. 60 is the new 30. So, you know, this man is fine. This man is fine.
He could take a hit from Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? On that sideline. So he could stand his ground. The limbs are still working.
That's true.
Limbs are still working.
Now, I was listening to somebody talk about Andy Reid, and they're like, look, man, the way Andy Reid loves football, if Andy Reid was out there in a wheelchair, he would still want to coach football. He would still want to coach football. He's like, he's not leaving until he's basically forced out. So it's be a situation we have to deal with them.
Can we hack into his emails or something? There gotta be something, man. Where's Olivia Pope when you need her or something, man? Like
that's at Olivia Pope. Let's get
man.
Pull some dirty work like Gruden. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, what we need to do.
Throw some crazy shit in those emails. Well, I appreciate everybody else pulling up, man. Ready to travel in the building. Appreciate you, Christian in the building as well. Here's my thing is, let's talk about just the matchup real quick. We're going to dive more into just a comment that our new GM, JohnSpytek, he actually came out and gave us a little glimpse on what he may feel about the whole Maxx Crosby situation. And so we're going to bring that up. We're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to dip a little bit into Pete Carroll's draft history with the Seahawks. We're going to look at how he drafted from 2010 and on. Obviously, it's a mix of him and the GM that was over there, but we're going to look at just kind of what he did, because I actually looked at I watched damn, I'm blanking on his name. The corner over there from Seattle. That was part of Legion of the Boom.
Sherman.
Richard Sherman. You know, he was actually on his own little podcast and talked about Pete Carroll when he got the job. And he said that Pete Carroll liked to move around he said it specifically that Pete Carroll liked to move around in the draft. He moved back a couple times. Yeah. And so this might get a little creative. So I want to take a second. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to look kind of just with some of his draft picks in the past and just kind of see how well he did. So we're definitely going to bring that up as well. But as we kind of go through this, remember, guys, hit that hashtag Raiders and then give us a question. Or if you got a question for us, if you got a comment, I'll definitely try to bring it up on the screen. One of the things I'll say is, Marcy, Andy Reid's son got arrested for DUI, nearly killed. Yeah, and that's I'll tell you right now that's inexcusable. I'll be honest, inexcusable. You know, I was shocked that nothing actually went down when that happened, and I believe that was right before the Super Bowl 2 years ago, right? I think it was before the Eagles Super Bowl.
So yeah,
and so you better tie that kid down. Make sure you don't do any stupid shit.
Yeah, get swept under the rug, man. That's that privilege.
It really is. It is that privilege, which is stupid. Wild Turkey, man, I appreciate you pulling up, man. I see you in the building. Always good seeing you. And remember Ramirez, appreciate you pulling up. And so let's do this. Let's talk about this matchup, all right, real quick, and then we'll dip into Raider stuff. I mean, I said it initially. I think this is actually an Eagles team that's kind of set up to battle a little bit with this Chiefs team. They got a damn good defense over there. Shout out to you, Severe, with your boy Quinion Mitchell. I mean, locking receivers down. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even throw his way. Throw to him. They don't even throw to him. The one time they threw to him, what happened?
It was clamps. Yeah.
Yeah. And he picked off that game winner basically to end it right at the end of the game. In the end zone. And so, you know, I think this is an Eagles team that matches up very well with them, that can actually shut them down. Because as much as this offense is rolling, that Bills defense was suspect. That Bills defense can be exposed. And so I think that KC did it extremely well. You can never underestimate them. But at the end of the day, I think this Eagles team matches up very well with them, especially with that run game. Chris, what's your thoughts, man? Do you think the Eagles got a shot at locking up and shutting down that three-peat?
Yeah, I think. I mean, of course, it's going to be tough. But I think they have, for one, they got the front four on defense that could give Mahomes some problems. You know, all that stepping into the pocket and all that stuff. Jalen Carter, he ain't having that. He ain't having that at all. So Mahomes is going to run for his life. I mean, Mahomes is good at that, but they just have that front four that's fast enough. I mean, you got what's his name? What's that other DT they got? Jordan Davis.
Yeah,
I think he ran the fastest 40 time out of all DTs. So I mean, they got guys that can move, that's relentless. And then they got they got a good rotation of guys as well. So you know, I definitely could see it being tough for Mahomes. And like you said, that them being able to run the ball. And plus they got speed on the outside. So they definitely have the ingredients to beat them. So it'll come down to coaching.
And build the trenches, right? You look at that D line, you look at those edge rushers, even that Smith Jr., the edge rusher from Smith. Georgia, Nolan Smith.
Dog.
You know, him coming off the edge. A lot of people said coming to the draft that he could have been undersized, but he has proven a lot of people wrong. I think he dropped a little bit because they thought he was undersized.
Was he part of that Georgia team, that Georgia defense?
Yeah. That same year. Yep.
They got like 4 or 5 dogs.
They got a bunch of dudes, bro.
Yeah,
a bunch of them play for the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah.
They got Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. They got a bunch of those dudes. Yep. So you know, that entire it was crazy that, like I said, when in my Tyree draft analysis video, I was like, bro, like that on that Georgia team, they have like 5 first round picks, 5, and everybody said Jalen Carter was by far like the best. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, and we passed on him for. Man,
I'm telling you, don't get worked up, bro. Don't get worked up.
I'm gonna throw it to you real quick. But Wild Turkey, you're saying I guess I'll go to work tomorrow and listen to Chiefs fans. Yeah, Mariners would believe. Yeah, I'm sorry if you listen to Chiefs fans.
You live in Chiefs country, man. Oh,
yeah, I hope you don't. But
but nowadays you don't even need to live in Chiefs country because you got all these new fans all of a sudden.
You got all the bandwagons.
Whatever,
popping
man.
Out. Jeff, man, appreciate the super chat, man. Everybody, hey, Jeff's got a channel too.
Yes,
Any Raider Boosters, man, go hit him up, man. He's always. I think Jeff. I think you were going live. I was gonna try to jump on and say what's up, but unfortunately, I was making sure I handled the kids before I hand them off to the wife. Right now, the wife's holding it down in the house. But I was gonna jump on, but yeah, I think you went live. Everybody, check out Jeff as well. Any Raider Boosters, appreciate the super chat. Andy Reid is old. He should retire now. Yeah, just cut it now. That's what I'm saying. Christian, you're saying Eagles with a healthy Barkley will be a game changer for the Chiefs. Yeah, that running game should be able to shut them down 100%. Yeah, in the building. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Eagles run game is going to destroy the Chiefs. I think so. I'm with you. Sun guys, the Eagles have the best chance to beat the Chiefs. I think so, man. So, Severe, man, what's your thoughts? How you think the Chiefs can have a chance at making sure they don't get this three-peat?
I mean, the Eagles defense, I think that's what it's going to come down to. You know, Chris talked about it already. Their front four, a great front four, and their front seven, right? Zach Bond came over from the Saints this year, I believe. It's his first year in that All-Pro. Pro Bowl player. We see that guy is making plays all over the field. I think he has like 6 tackles in the first quarter this game. Like the dude's a menace. The corners, we got Cooper DeJean, and then we got Quinion Mitchell. I think just overall their defense is going to give the Chiefs problems, and then Saquon. You got Saquon. I think that guy in a lot of years, in years past, he might be the MVP. He's gonna definitely be Offensive Player of the Year for sure. But that guy, we see first drive, 60-yard touchdown. Like that dude is different, and that's combined with the Eagles already have a great offensive line. So you put that great offensive line with a good play caller with a talented back, and that's just a recipe for success. And then if you want to, we saw what Jalen Hurts was able to do with his legs, right? He can hurt you with his legs, and then they still have weapons. And AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, those are guys are legit. It's not like it's not De'Ami Brown. Those are legit weapons.
Yeah,
legit weapons. Yeah. So I think they have all the ingredients. Yet and still, though, we had the same argument last year. If you look at the 49ers were literally better at every position on the football.
Except quarterback.
Single position on the football except quarterback. And what happened? So, if you say what you want about Patrick Mahomes, he is the best quarterback I've ever seen play. He's probably the best quarterback to ever play, and he just doesn't have the hardware. Only reason he's not the greatest is because he doesn't have the hardware, but he's well on his way to getting it. So, until you can stop that man, it's hard to say they're going to lose.
He's got plenty of years left to make it happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's got. I don't even want to guess, but it's like you got what, maybe at least 7-8 good years left.
At least.
You know what I'm saying? At least. And if you just get 80% of what he's doing now, he's still going to be a damn good quarterback, which sucks. So. Now I'm with you, Daniel Kim in the building. I appreciate you pulling up, man. Always good seeing you. Raider Nation Jason wants to say what's up. Appreciate you. Everybody in that building, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Got Chris Protect Show podcast. I got the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up. We try to hit you guys Sunday evenings. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up. Kind of go over what's been going on throughout the week, as well as Tuesday evenings. Kind of hit our lives. But definitely good seeing everybody. Steve, always good seeing you, man. You always pop in here, man. Appreciate you, and Raider Night as well. So here's the thing. We'll talk real quick before we kind of get into the stats a little, Pete Carroll's draft history a little bit. We've seen a couple people pull up with some with a little bit of topic. Know the man, slow Oakland. That's all Oakland. I don't know. I'm
Slokland.
Slokland. I'm gonna call you Oakland. How about that? We're gonna make that right. Could Mike McCarthy be our new OC? So Kubiak went to Seattle. I think it was announced earlier today that Kubiak is now the OC over at the Seattle Seahawks. So he's off the board. Real quick, who's in line? My guess is that Mike McCarthy is probably in line for that Saints job. I think that's what the rumors are, but I haven't looked up to know whether or not he's actually officially interviewed with him. Is he over there interviewing? Is he in line for that job? Did any of you guys know?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm out the loop, honestly. Yeah,
I don't know on him. I was hearing there was a rumor that he could possibly take the job. I know Aaron Glenn. They really wanted Aaron Glenn. I knew all along Aaron Glenn was going to the Jets. I figured that Brian Schottenheimer was going to I figured Kellen Moore was going to the Cowboys.
The Cowboys,
So when they threw that curveball and hired Brian Schottenheimer,
the Cowboys did it. Cowboys the Raiders can Raider things up.
Did you hear Michael Irvin's response to that? Oh, no, he was on fire. Oh, you want to laugh? Check out Michael Irvin. Pissed. He was pissed off. Man. He was going on.
Look. I'm hoping all the best. I hate the Cowboys. That's like I'm a Raiders fan, but the team I hate them more than any other team is the Cowboys. I'm hoping all the best for Brian Schottenheimer because he is a Pete Carroll disciple. So he's off the Pete Carroll coaching tree technically. So I need to have something to point to say, you know what, this guy can hire somebody that can go on to be a successful head coach.
So I'm trying to look up some news. I don't see anything so
Oh
far.
no. Who that fam said the Saints is flying Kellen Moore out tomorrow. Now that would be honestly, I think he should get some looks, man. I think he should get some looks.
I agree.
Yeah, I think he should get some looks.
Kellen Moore, either with Carr for a year, and then if they want to go quarterback early, or if they feel, hey, you know what, we got Spencer Rattler. Kellen Moore is a short quarterback. Maybe he feel a little love like, man, I got you, dog. I got you.
I
like Kellen. Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't already had an opportunity. Honestly,
man. So. Yeah, he was at one point. He was like a hot commodity. Then I think
he was the number one guy. Yeah, he was the number one guy.
So here's my question, because Chris, I don't know if you said it. I was kind of trying to scroll through the chat. What did Michael Irvin say? Was he just pissed?
Oh, he was just pissed because he was a big advocate for Dion, first of all, but like he was just going off about how they haven't won in 40 years or whatever, and he was going off.
I can hear his voice too.
He was pissed. He was like, he was calling Jerry Jones out. Like, check it out. Check it. It's worth to watch.
Might have to.
It's like 10 minutes of him just ranting.
You got Sean. You say what's happening, Sean? Appreciate you pulling up as well. Well, before that one, did you hear the broadcast? Name the run as a 3 cheat. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Makes sense. Daniel Kim makes sense.
Them reps, man.
Sean Johnson, you say, would you guys hire Bobby Slowick as offensive coordinator?
Yes.
So we're talking about that right now, right? And look, here's the thing: is we don't know who the DC is, but man, I'll tell you right now, I am perfectly fine with Patrick Graham remaining as the defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine if we bring him in and keep at least that side with some continuity. You can agree or disagree with what Patrick Graham did this year, but at the same time, injuries were left and right. The offense struggled to move the ball, which means you're constantly on the field, a lot of turnovers. It was tough. So I would love to see Patrick Graham come back, because that means that there's a good chance that the core of this defense stays together. Yeah. If we could build on this core, it can still be pretty dangerous. But outside of when it comes to the defensive coordinator names, it's tough. It's kind of slim pickings out there, and I don't see Patrick Graham kind of doing a lateral move unless it's a clear upgrade and in pay or even to a better team with better potential.
Did the Bengals end up getting a defensive coordinator? Yeah, wasn't he interested there?
I think they picked up the Michigan.
They picked up
Wink? Who?
I think it was the Michigan DC. Oh no, not Michigan.
Wink
Sorry,
Martindale?
it was no. It was.
I wouldn't mind having Wink Martindale. Honestly,
yeah, that's an.
I like Wink. I like Wink.
I think it was a DC from the college level.
Because Wink is at college right now. He's in college right now, right?
Yeah, Wink. Yeah, he's Michigan. He's Michigan's DC.
Yeah, okay. I think it was a guy from the college levels. I don't remember his name. But again, I'd be perfectly fine. Keep Patrick Graham. Keep that continuity, focus everything kind of on the offensive side. Obviously Patrick Graham with Pete Carroll being a defensive-minded guy, they're going to have to be on the same page. So I understand that. But they're going to run a very similar defense than what Pete Carroll ran in Seattle. Pete Carroll ran that 4-3 as well, and so they could marry it. Patrick Graham did throw a little 5-2 in there, which was very interesting this year. But when it comes to offensive coordinators, Severe, I'll throw it to you first. We just talked about Bobby Slowick. Yeah, hot name. Is there anybody outside? Well, one, would you take Bobby Slowick? I think you would, but outside of that, who would you consider?
Yeah, I definitely take Bobby Slowick. I mean, if he wants to do Mike McCarthy, I wouldn't mind Mike McCarthy. I think what's the there's the QB coach for the Texans. He might end up getting promoted, but I mentioned him before. Gerard Johnson is a guy I'll take a look at as well. I know people were floating out Mike LaFleur. I don't know why Mike LaFleur would leave. Maybe play calling things. I think Matt LaFleur left the Rams to go to the Titans to coach under what's his face, Mike Vrabel. there, and he spent a year there, but it was just so he can actually get play calling responsibilities to kind of show that he can do it. And that was able to, get his name elevated to be a head coach. So he spent 1 year there. The very next year, he gets the coaching job for the Green Bay Packers. So maybe Michael Floyd does something similar, but I don't know why you would come here to do that. At least over there, he had Derrick Henry and AJ Brown. He's like, okay, now I got some stuff like we got Brock, but outside of that, what do you really have to really work with? So it's gonna probably have to be somebody young. I swear before God, if it's Darrell Bevel, bro, if it is Darrell, I'm telling you, let it be Darrell Bevel. But you will not.
You would be that mad at that? He's not one of my top choices, but I wouldn't be super upset. I wouldn't be super upset. Would you?
I would be Michael Irvin. I'd be Michael Irvin.
I would be pissed because I think we need to find someone that's going to be the successor, right? And I think you start lining those names up. I think that's the biggest thing is whoever these coordinators are, they're going to be the next head coach.
They'll be next up.
Between the OC, possibly DC. So it's I need somebody that is going to have the potential to be that head coach. You know what I'm saying? And so, real quick, Variant Savage, I appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate you pulling up. I said it before, and I'll say it again. The Raiders need to stop this KC BS. No one else in the AFC can do it. I'm with you, man. If we could be the ones to shut this down, without question, we'd be the ones to do it. And I'd love to see us just be that team to upset the hell out of this KC team, man. I'm with you 100%. You guys got any take on that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, and honestly, that's one reason I would like to keep Patrick Graham, because I think that defense has a confidence, at least, we're not scared of them, Granted, we may not be able to put up enough points, but we're not scared of them. We're not scared of Mahomes. We've shown it. We've had a certain type of swagger, even when we come up short. Even a few years, even when Josh McDaniels, during his days, we were, Devontae and Hunter Renfrow, running into each other away from beating them. Then that was back then. So, we just gotta continue and just keep building, man. I mean, it's going to be definitely an uphill battle, but at least we're not scared of them, and that's, I guess, half the battle right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. And real quick, Raider Trav, you had a question. I'll get back to yours in just a second. But Severe, you got any thoughts on this one?
If we are the only hope of stopping the Chiefs, but the NFL is in a world of trouble. The NFL is in a whole lot of damn trouble, man.
Just leave it to Severe. Because I had something serious to say, and then this is what he does.
It's like this. Yeah, man. It's gonna be some time, man. It's gonna be some time. We can do it, but it's not gonna be.
We can do it
within the next few years. It's gonna take some time.
We can do it. We did it before. We can do it. We did it last year. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm with you. But here's the thing, and this is where I think, Chris, to your point, keeping Patrick Graham might be very vital to the success of this team in the short term, because you guys know, we've both played this game, played it quite a while. I've coached it. A lot of this game is emotion. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to see Amik Robertson go.
Yeah.
Because when you have a hatred for a team and you feel certain things about a team, right? When you beat a team like KC last year and you have that emotion and you basically has circled that date on that calendar when you face that team in the thickest Sharpie you can find, that there's a different emotion when you go against that team. Now, if you bring in new players, if you bring in new personnel, they don't feel the emotion that you had that year before when you beat them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, true rivals are built from prior experiences, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have that experience, you don't come in with that emotion.
Yeah.
And so that's why part of me would love to see Patrick Graham stay in house, which means we could probably keep Robert Spillane. We could have I think, we're going to talk about Maxx in a second, but a really good chance at extending Maxx and he's happy to be here. You keep a guy maybe like Trayvon Merrick. You keep these guys that understand what it takes and the emotion to beat the piss out of Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's That's what I like. That's what I want to see, because you bring in new personnel. They may not have that emotion.
It doesn't hit
they
the
may not
same.
have that
It doesn't hit
hatred
the same.
just
That's
yet.
true. That's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to keep him Meek last year. Yes, he wasn't maybe the best corner to hold on to, but he understood what it took to beat the Chiefs because he did it. And so, yeah, that's my biggest thing. But yeah, Letarian Savage, I appreciate this super chat. So we'll kind of get back to that OC talk just real quick. I think I did go back to it. Let's see. Sorry, Raider Trav. I know I was going to go back to you. Real quick, we talk about OCs. Do you think Carroll can bring in Kingsbury because of the USC bloodline? I'm gonna give him my quick answer. I think there's no way in hell
why
if Kingsbury is going to come over here and what he's got with Washington. He's coaching. He's coaching. One of the best young quarterbacks in the National Football League, if not the best young quarterback in the National Football League right now. So there's no reason for him to walk this way, to be dead honest. And I think you guys would probably agree based on our conversations.
Yeah, one more year. One more year like this year, Kingsbury is going to be able to pick wherever he wants to go. He'll be able to. Yeah. He'll be the Ben Johnson of this year. Being able to decide, and of course he'll pick a place that has a probably young quarterback. So
exactly.
It would make no sense, 0 sense to come here.
Yeah. Lecture, you're saying Brian Flores for DC. I just don't know if he'd come over here. But again, I'd like to keep Patrick Graham. Another name to put out the Dominic fight. You're saying Doug Peterson as OC. Look, but if guys keep moving along, right? Like Clint Kubiak, he's gone. Bobby Slowick, hot name. We could definitely go after him with the potential of grooming him to be a potential offensive coordinator. My biggest thing is you got Doug Peterson. You got Mike McCarthy. If these guys don't end up going somewhere very soon, and you miss on a young OC like Bobby Slowick, I'd be perfectly fine bringing in a veteran head coach that could maybe coach under Pete Carroll for 2, possibly 3 years, and now he is the next one. Then he is the next head coach. So I'd be perfectly fine with possibly bringing in a veteran, a guy that knows it, that's going to demand the respect in that locker room. These are former head coaches that have done it before, that have won Super Bowls, and now you just have a pretty groomed coaching staff that could compete in the AFC West against these veteran coaches. Severe, what's your thoughts on Doug Peterson or Mike McCarthy?
I prefer Mike McCarthy over Doug Peterson, but I'm not really too thrilled about either guy, to be honest with you. But like I said, if it's a situation where Pete wants somebody he feels he can trust, and because he's, like I said, he's a CEO type guy, so whoever has the offense, it's their offense. He's not really going to be too involved in it. So if he wants somebody he feels he can trust, that knows how to do the job, how to call plays, how to teach an offense, how to craft an offense. If you want somebody in that vein, then those are two guys that make the most sense, especially considering their head coaching experience in the past. Doug Peterson, he spent some years with Andy Reid, so there's some familiarity there in the division as well as some familiarity with what Andy Reid does. So I can see that happening, but it's not like not the most exciting choice, but I can see where it could be a logical choice.
Yeah, I'm with you. Chris, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, because when I think about Peterson, I'm trying to think like, how did he really do with Trevor Lawrence? Because Trevor Lawrence, his rookie year, he had Urban Meyer. That was a disaster. And then Peterson came right after that, right? Yeah. So,
Peterson came right after that.
Yeah. So then we did see some progression with Trevor, but then he kind of like digressed again. So it's like, I don't know, man, because again, I need somebody that I know can build a quarterback. McCarthy, he had a lot of weapons in Dallas. Like, why didn't that work? But I don't know, man. I'm kind of like you, Severe. Is like, I would take them, but they wouldn't be like my first choice. It's like I'm almost at the point where I need somebody that that I think has a higher ceiling that could potentially take the keys when it's time. I just don't know if McCarthy and Peterson do that for me.
I'm with you. Raiders for Chris, man. I appreciate you,
man.
Yeah, appreciate you pulling up. Here's my thing: is I think for the most part, Mike McCarthy did a pretty damn good job over the Cowboys. We all think we don't know if Jerry Jones is looming over certain things, but with Dak Prescott getting hurt as often as he did, and him still kind of getting that offense rolling, he still had 3 out of his 5 seasons. I think it was 3 12-win seasons.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so that defense was good. Don't get me wrong. Dan Quinn was over there. That defense was rolling.
Yeah,
but my thing is that between the two, I'd almost prefer Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
between the two. Yeah. Again, Bobby Slowick's gone.
Yeah,
if we don't have a younger offensive coordinator that's willing to come over here and we can snag them and kind of prep them. I think Mike McCarthy is probably the better bet out of the two, in my opinion. And he's gonna come in, and I think this offensive room, the personnel, these players are gonna instantly have some respect for him.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so if we can kind of create this powerhouse coaching staff, Pete Carroll kind of being that rah-rah CEO, Mike McCarthy running the offense, and look, he was a head coach and offense coordinator. If he solely just focuses on the offense,
I call him,
maybe that can kind of that can help out. Doug Peterson, I struggle with Doug Peterson. I struggle just because I just don't know how much consistency he's been able to show with success in the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the hard part. As much as, yes, he had Carson Wentz, he goes down, and then he wins a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback in Nick Foles. You got to give him that credit. But I think there's just too much up and down for me that I just don't want to put my eggs in that basket thinking that, is he the next head coach? I don't want that. I'd rather see Mike McCarthy potentially as the next head coach than Doug Peterson. And the only other thing that I'll add is if a young head coach or if a young offensive coordinator, if we get Patrick Graham, goes elsewhere, get a good veteran to kind of establish a decent culture, a good footing, and then in the next coaching cycle, you might find somebody else. Maybe Pete Carroll finds somebody else in the next coaching cycle, another offensive coordinator, whatever it may be. So, as much as we want to find it as soon as possible, because we just don't know how long Pete Carroll's going to hang on to. Hopefully it is the 3 years, maybe 4 with the option. You just never know. So let's see. I think quite a few people. Myra G, appreciate you pulling up. Appreciate you coming in the building. It's always good seeing you. I know you're gonna run with the comments, so I'm looking out, Myra G.
I'm waiting for a boneless wing. I'm waiting for a boneless wing comment.
Exactly.
I know a comment's gonna be coming at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Myra G. She got a new boyfriend, man. Shout out.
Yeah.
He paid his tax to me, so I'm good now. He paid the invoice, so he good.
I like it. I like it. That means the comments might be a little bit cleaner now.
A little tame today, yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. He said maybe LaFleur wants a shot at actual play calling. LaFleur is definitely a name that's been thrown out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From LaFleur, originally from, and I think I'm thinking about the right person, originally from the Shanahan.
Exactly.
He followed Shanahan quite a bit, and then he found himself over with McVay. So you're sitting in
both worlds.
I'm telling you,
both worlds. Yeah,
man, you're sitting in a two of the best. You know what I'm saying? And so we'll kind of give a little comment on that. Severe. What's your thoughts on LaFleur?
Nah, man, I wanted LaFleur as head coach. I was cool with taking the chance on him as head coach. So if we can get him over here for offensive coordinator, it'd be like when a lot of people wanted Champ Kelly to be the GM, and then we were able to keep him on as assistant GM. Hey, that's a win.
I wanted you as a GM.
Exactly, that's a win. So if we can get him over here as offensive coordinator, look, I would feel a lot better about Pete Carroll's tenure as head coach, and I would just tell him, "Thank you for being the friend." That's for my guy Perry. I don't know if he's still in there.
The Golden Girl.
The Golden Girls.
I like it. Rodrigo, man, you're saying bring anyone that's under the Sean McVay OC. Yes,
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. And he had years under Kyle Shanahan. You can't beat it. Marcy, you're saying Mark McCarthy is not going to be an OC. I mean, he is an OC, but the thing is like if he doesn't get that Saints job,
he may not have a choice.
If you don't get that Saints job, there's no more jobs left. Everything's done, right? And so if you don't get that Saints job, then he's out coaching. You know, I think without question. And here's the issue, or not the issue, but here's the question: is like there's so many open head coaching jobs that now they got their guys. Now they're gonna be looking for offensive coordinators. So you got Aaron Glenn over there that needs an offensive coordinator. I don't think he assigned anybody just yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you got Aaron Glenn over there. You got openings now. You know what I'm saying? And so these new head coaches, which there were 6 openings, they're now trying to find offensive coordinators, and we're one of them. And so I could see Mike McCarthy being an offensive coordinator because he may not, Chris, to your point, he may not have a choice.
Plus, I think if like if you don't get because McCarthy's name doesn't ring enough bells where it's like he can just sit out a year and then come back and then get head coaching consideration next year. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just not that guy. So I honestly think he's going to have to go to OC and then work his way up again. Honestly,
yeah. Dominic 5, you're saying Pete Carroll's group of sons. I've heard that. I don't know how deep that goes. I've heard that. I know his sons are involved in coaching.
Where's he at?
I know one of his sons is in college. I think the other one is at the pro level.
Like Titans or somewhere. I forgot.
Like
yeah. And Day, that's my boy Day in the building.
Day, what's up, man? Appreciate you pulling up. Patrick Graham is still employed. He is. Carmine Gruno's OC. I say no. You guys?
Bro.
No. God,
Quick no. All right. Appreciate it. But Carmine, I appreciate the comment. We're just trying to hit everybody up. Raider Hawaii, man. Appreciate the building. Shout out to you, man. My mom's actually in Hawaii right now, on Oahu. She see her sister. I got family over in Hawaii. My uncle, my uncle used to be a scouting coach for the University of Hawaii. And so I'd go up there and train a little bit.
That's a gig right there.
Man.
That's the gig.
Raider Hawaii used to go summertime and would train with the boys at Kahuku High School. And so I'd go train with them, and it was just when I'd go for the summer, and so it was cool, man. But Simone, that's where I got the term Simone power. I could care less if you were 5'7" or 6'2" to hit you the same damn way. Man. Simone power is real. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I played rugby with some Samoans, man. That power, and as big as they are, they're fast. Them dudes are different, man.
They built differently, man. Their body composition ain't the same.
No,
different.
No, I played I played rugby against Haloti Nada from the Ravens.
Oh my goodness!
And he was like my speed. It was something crazy, man. It was like, man, I'm not. You talking about business decision? I made a business. Nah, I'm not doing that.
So the one guy that I played against in high school. Now, remember, you guys know I was a middle linebacker in high school, right? And so the hardest guy I ever was hit by was Freddie Keaho. He played in Southern California. He was the linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts when they won the Super Bowl. 6'1", 6'2". He was 215 pounds in high school, pure Samoan.
Yeah.
And I had to go head to head with him every single play because their whole playbook was just handed off to him.
Yeah.
And me playing middle linebacker, I probably had like 15 concussions that game and didn't even know it. Like it was just, yeah. But shout out to you, Reid. I appreciate you coming in the building. You said Mike McCarthy and Peterson should not be our offensive coordinator. They trending down. Like your younger up and comer. And I'm with you. I think it's if the young and up and comers aren't even available, then for me, I'd say go veteran. Go veteran and just change the narrative in this locker room. That would be my my preference. James Lowe, appreciate the super chat, man. Thoughts on Chip Kelly as OC?
Severe's guy.
Look, I wouldn't mind it. My only initial concern is just all the ex-players at the pro level just didn't like his personality, and that's what the part I struggle with. So, but Severe, I'll throw it to you, man. What's your thoughts on Chip Kelly?
In terms of somebody designing the offense, being creative, calling plays, understanding tempo, when to speed it up, when to slow it down, how to take advantage of mismatches, how to really get your run game going. Talking about getting your run game going, we see what this guy just did, right? Basically, ran them to a national championship. The only person that was able to stop them was Wink. It was Wink, right? Really, that's the only dude that could do anything with him,
DC.
right?
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I want to say that's who Al Golden was. He was a Notre Dame defensive coordinator. He's who took the Bengals job. He who took the Bengals job. And
That's right.
He ran all over that fool. So it's so it's I think in terms of like just the nuts and bolts of the job, like that's all Chip Kelly does that's all he wants to do. He stepped down from being a head coach to being an OC because at the collegiate level he didn't want to deal with all the recruiting. He really didn't want to deal with the media. All he wants to do is design offense and teach offense, call plays. That's all he wants to do. He has a prickly personality. That's where CEO Pete Carroll, he'd have to manage that situation. So that would be kind of his responsibility to make sure everything was copacetic between everybody. The morale stayed high, but in terms of just the nuts and bolts of the job, there's few people that are more qualified and that will be better than Chip Kelly.
I'm with you. It's a good take. Good take. Chris, any thoughts on Chip Kelly?
Yeah, for me, I think calling plays and designing plays, that's definitely a strong suit for him. I think when I think of him, it's like, do I want him to be the one to take the keys and be the next up? Nah, I don't know if I want him to be like head coach material. Now, if he's a guy that wants to be like a long-term OC, we just pay him very well. Yeah, I mean, because he's probably up there, but I imagine he has head coach aspirations, so he'll want an opportunity, and that's the only thing that kind of for him. I don't think I want him to be the face of the team from a head coach standpoint. But as far as if he could just be an OC and be okay with it, I'd entertain it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of what I've heard and some of the reports that have come out with Chip Kelly is him as a head coach, right? Mainly with the Eagles. Yeah. And maybe some players had some issues with the way he managed the team, the way that he kind of micromanaged some of these professional athletes, and so if you can just regulate him to play calling, maybe that is the big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you hear like Shady and oh man, you hear them talk about that guy, you just man, it's like that's why I was just like, whenever I hear him, I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? Justin the DJ, appreciate you coming in. Good seeing you out there. Let's see, Raider Pete, you're saying I always thought DK Metcalf was meant to be a Raider. Anything can happen with Pete in our salary space. We do have a ton of salary cap. I think we're projected right now the second most salary cap with, I think it's down to 92 million as it stands right now.
One was crazy. I think the Commanders have like the third most.
That's shit.
Really? They're gonna be so insane. That's why there's no way Cliff would be insane if he left.
He'd be a fool, bro. He'd be a fool. They get signed to Higgins. That's like, but T. Higgins and Terry McLaurin. Oh, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, but it's with DK like, and we're gonna pop in and look at Pete Carroll's drafts in just a second. But I want to. Here's my thing. We got some things we want to do, but man, you guys are doing amazing. And that's why I'm trying to get to you guys. You guys are throwing stuff out there. I'm trying to get you guys up on the screen. I appreciate you. Do me a favor and hit that hashtag Raiders. Raider Pete, I appreciate it. Just so it catches my eye. We definitely want to get to some things, but I want to respect you guys because you guys do a hell of a job coming in the chat and rocking with us. So I definitely appreciate you. One of the things is that with DK, I do think we have to figure out how this kind of the draft and the direction when we get the OC and DC set in place, just kind of how this is all going to work out. Because you got a damn good receiver at Tectora McMillan, T-Mac. He is going to sit there. He potentially could be sitting there. So that could be a true number one. But if we pass on him and someone drops, like an Abdul Carter is a beast, right? If that guy does drop, maybe that's a guy that you take a shot on, or the cornerback from Michigan. You know, we do need another quarterback. I think Jack Jones is going to be a competition piece in the locker room now. You know, I want to see just kind of how this draft or when the coaching staff is all put in place, kind of how this thing definitely works out. But DK is definitely a name to look out for, without question. Chris, I'll throw it to you. What's your thoughts on DK?
You know, I don't know, man. He's a physical specimen, big receiver, but I don't know, man. He comes off like it. I just say he hasn't shown it all the way, but he can be a diva, man. And I feel like he hasn't went all the way there yet, but I feel like it's in him. And just our luck, he will come to us and go all the way like Antonio Brown on us. I mean, I don't know. Something about him is just like if things don't go right.
Hopefully not that bad. But yeah, I'm with
you. Yeah, but I don't know. Do you guys see that in him too? It's like he's a beast and all that, but I don't know, man.
He definitely has that diva side to him without question. I had him on my fantasy team last year. I've watched him, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, don't get me wrong, he's got that diva side to him.
I just don't, because the thing is, like, even before we got Devontae, like Devontae was never known as a diva. And and some people, especially Severe, will say that he kind of ended up as a big diva with us. But I can only imagine having someone that's already a diva and then things don't go right.
Yeah.
It could get nasty, and I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of it.
No, what I think it's more like, because I heard some stuff. I mean, you hear rumblings about stuff, but people put on like public facing personas. So, you would never like nobody knew how bad Antonio Brown was until he got out of Pittsburgh. Like people knew like Antonio Brown, like that dude is something
right.
It's something there. Nobody knew how bad it was till he got out of Pittsburgh. Same thing with Devontae. It's like you would hear stuff he would say, like, okay, but like, everybody know it's DA, it's Tay, like it'd be cool. Right. And then he get over here and then he get to New York and it's like, okay, now we see like something new organizations, they handle that stuff better. They're good at handling.
And we can't.
Not good at handling that stuff. But I don't know if DK
even Chandler Jones, like we heard rumblings, he lost his mind.
Man, literally, like literally, quite literally lost his mind. So we had to change the key card on this dude. It got so bad. So, man, it's so I don't know. I don't know if like DK is like diva, but he's just an oddball. He's like an oddball kind of guy, and I don't know if Las Vegas is the right city to put somebody that's already kind of odd, maybe they experimental, like they might do dropping acid before games and stuff like that. Like, you never know, right? So I don't want none of that, man. I don't. Plus, I think he's still under contract. So you'd have to trade for him too, and I think he wants some more. He wants some more money. So like I'll take my chances with Tetaroa. If you want to spend money on a free agent. Maybe you look at T. Higgins, even though he's never been a number one. Like I was steered more towards both those guys are kind of injury prone too, and that's another thing. Like T. Higgins kind of injury prone, DK kind of injury prone too. So I'd rather go young guy in the draft. If we're gonna do it, if we had to pay a wide receiver, I would lean toward T. Higgins, but I'm not really I'm not really too keen on either one of those guys.
I think T can be I think he could be a number one.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I think he can be. And he'd be that big body receiver that the 50-50 ball guy that we need.
Yeah, stretch the field.
And so I don't want to respect it, but hey, Chief, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one comment. That's all I'm giving you. That's all I'm giving you. All right, but we're gonna
that one. You got your shine, man. You got your shine.
That's the only one you get. I'm just letting you know. But hey. Hope the Eagles shut you down in 2 weeks. I'm just letting you know. So
at least hit the like button while you're here.
Yeah, exactly. Do something. Do something productive with your life.
Yeah.
Except for watching Chief games. Mick Leonard, the DC. There's a lot of rumors behind that, but the thing is, again, I
like him. I hope
Patrick Graham. I like him, but the thing is, like, is he a DC? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, is he a true defensive coordinator? He's developed the hell out of the defensive line, which is great. He's a former tight end, I think. So it's like, how does that transfer over to being a full defensive coordinator? Yeah. That's the only concern I would have when it comes to elevating him. But again, because Leonard is good, he's damn good. That's more reason why I'd love to keep Patrick Graham. because if you keep Patrick Graham, you're more than likely keeping Leonard.
Yeah.
So that would be my thing. And Raider Why, man, yeah. Kahuku Red Raiders, 100%. So I want to make sure, kind of get everybody in this. I see you, Myra G. Okay, yeah. See, I saw it. We see it. We see it. Myra G took it another level. The vegan.
Vegan. Them cauliflower.
I know how.
The dragon fruit.
Oh man.
God damn it, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Shield 60 in the building. I appreciate everybody coming in the chat. Make sure you guys hit up my guys that got Protect the Shield podcast. On my left, I got the Severe Raider. On my right, I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. I appreciate everybody rolling up and pulling through. Trying to see what's up to Billy D. Billy D. In the building, man. Always good seeing you, man. I appreciate you pulling up.
805, don't. 805, I have an aneurysm.
Answer that question. Answer Billy's question, man.
Stop. No, Billy. I do not like Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley is the most conservative defensive play call I've ever seen in my life. Sits in that cover three all day. Yeah. I just can't do it, man. I please no. If he brings over Billy D, if he brings over Gus Bradley, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just letting you know. So, Nas, I appreciate you. Whatever Pete does, don't recreate Seahawks 2.0. We need our own identity. Yeah, I mean, if that Seahawks, if that Seahawks 1.0 takes to a Super Bowl, I'll take it. I'm just saying, but we'll see what happens. But I appreciate you, Nas, pulling up, man. And then Niner faithful in the building. DK has a short fuse. He does, and I only pulled it up because you're right. You are very right. So, and I pulled you up only because, even though you're Niner faithful, you had a good comment. DK's a short fuse, and you said 3 cheat. Yes, 100%.
There you go.
They got them last year, so
yeah.
They got them twice.
They felt it.
Pat got them twice, bro. They got them with 2 different quarterbacks, bro. He spun the block. He spun the block on the Niners. Like, y'all thought y'all getting away.
Margie's coming with it again. Yeah, flag goes fly. Homeless eats boneless wings. Yes, he does. Probably the vegan kind you were just talking about. So let's do this. All right, appreciate everything in the chat. DK Chandler Jones.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's something about him, man. It's just like we haven't seen the ugliest of DK, man. And I hope I'm wrong, but
and unfortunately, unless Pete Carroll can change it all, we are not the organization to fix his correct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Taddy in the building, sign Higgins over DK. Yeah. I think we all kind of agree to that if that's the move we make. And Brendo, Ball Bomber, I appreciate you pulling up, man. So let's do this. We're gonna address something that just kind of popped up, and I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We're gonna rock it this way. All right, so real quick, we got our own new GM, JohnSpytek, basically coming out and saying, basically touched on the Maxx Crosby situation. I said, you can never let good players leave the building, and I certainly don't think you can let good pass rushers leave the building. You're crazy if you want to do that. That's him directly addressing, I think, the Maxx Crosby situation, obviously. And he's right. One of the things, and I'm going to make sure I let my guys talk on it as well. There's 3 things, in my opinion, that you need to have as a successful team. You need a quarterback, you need an edge rusher, and you need a number 1 corner.
Yeah.
In my opinion, those are the 3 key spots that you need to make sure that you can have success in the National Football League. Maxx Crosby meets one of them. And so if Spytek comes in and wants to prioritize Maxx Crosby, I think that's a hell of a start with his tenure with the Raiders. And so, Chris, I'll throw it to you, man. What's your thoughts on this comment? And Spytek saying you'd be crazy if you let Maxx Crosby leave.
Yeah, I mean, I think, that's kind of stuff you want to hear, man. My thing is I just want to make sure Max is fully bought in, because I know as a player, he has to be frustrated. He has to be frustrated because we're frustrated as fans. Imagine being the first guy in the facility, last guy leave every day, and then you still get this same turn of events. You know, you see all the guys that, you know, come and go, coaches come and go. You seeing your friends play deep in the playoffs. You know, but I love seeing this, you know, because Maxx is someone that is a true, you know, he's our culture. You know, he's who you want to build a culture around. But you know, I can't lie. I'm one of those people that if we're really truly doing a full rebuild, if Maxx is not fully in, you know, I would look at options for him. But you know, if he's fully in and bought in and wants to be part of this rebuild, hopefully this will be our last rebuild. Then you know, I love seeing this quote, and I love to keep rocking with Maxx.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll give him my take in just a second. But Nazo, I'll get back to your question. I see it, and Raider Pete, I'll get to yours as well, man. I see it. Just Raiders, baby. I appreciate you pulling up, guys. Make sure you guys hit him up too, man.
Fire.
Get those content out there as well. Make sure you guys hit him up, man. It's just good seeing Raiders content creators coming on here and just talking about the Raiders, man. It's good community. So Severe, what's your thoughts, man, on Spytek? And just looks like he wants to definitely make Maxx a priority. What's your thoughts?
My first thoughts are that mustache, camo hat, and
God
aviator,
damn it, Severe.
the aviator combo. As a person of melanated skin, that the combo makes me uncomfortable. That combo makes me that I've seen guys dressed like that, and they usually don't end well. So
they don't have the best intentions.
They do not have the best intentions. Chris, you live in the Midwest, bro. You know,
I live in Ohio, man. And I get what you saying, man.
But
make sure there's no windowless vans driving around Vegas right now.
Exactly. You know, active shooters is immediately coming to mind. Those words immediately come to mind. But I will say this. I don't know when that this quote was taken from, but it's kind of one of those situations like, what do you expect him to say? Like, oh yeah, you know, I'm completely open for business. I'm completely open for business. Like what you try to do before, if you were to move somebody, if you had intentions of moving somebody, is you create as much value for them before as possible. So they're an invaluable part of the team. Like, you know, we couldn't part ways with them. It would have to take something extraordinary for us to ever let this guy go. He's an integral part of our franchise and part of our future plan, all that stuff. You want to create as much value for them as possible. And that way, when you trade them, you're like, hey, okay, oh, well, damn. You know, that we did that with Darren Waller, right? We did that with Darren Waller.
True.
And so, you know, we say, oh, man, we're not Darren Waller. Oh, he's keeping Darren Waller. Then we traded him for a third-round pick, which turned out to be a hell of a trade. Man, that was a hell of a trade, getting Darren Waller off for a third-round pick. So, like, it's one of those things where it kind of what you expect him to say. I don't think there's any guarantees, and there's no guarantees that just because, like, kind of like we talked about before with these coaches, just because we want him to come back doesn't mean he wants to be back, right?
Right.
We're dealing with another head coach. If Patrick Graham leaves and Rob Leonard leaves, it's like, you know, I know he still has, I think, 2 years left on his deal, but he signed a very team-friendly deal for the organization to help them, you know, win. And now that, you know, that's kind of blown up in his face. So it could be a situation where he's like, you know what? Just get me up out of here.
Yeah, and here's the thing about Maxx, right? It's like you don't truly know what's going on in his head with Maxx, because does he trust the Pete Carroll move? You know, I think if you guys heard Maxx talk about the situation and no, I'm blanking on the Lions guy that we wanted. I'm blanking on his name. Ben Johnson. Yeah. Maxx went on his podcast and said, look, like, or I think it was either his podcast or an interview. I think it was a podcast. He said, like, he was shocked. All signs were pointing to we're going to get him.
Yeah.
And so you don't know. Maybe Maxx was expecting, maybe a little excited. I'm guessing that maybe that was going to be the guy, and then we missed, and we settled on Pete Carroll. Right? Pete Carroll was our second shot. We got him. Great. But that's the thing, is you just don't know what's going on in Maxx's head. Does he trust in what the next move is, in what the pathway that we're potentially going on at this point? And here's my thing, is that if you're with it, then be with it. If you're not, then I feel you. I understand. It's like everything. It's like every other player that we've kind of dealt with that were high caliber, right? You could agree on whether or not Derek Carr was the right guy, but the way that we went about outing him was dirty.
Yeah.
And so the thing is that you can agree or disagree to a player, but at the end of the day, this organization has done nothing to kind of get the players to that championship, to winning a Super Bowl, if that's at the top on their priority. We're paying them millions. Yes, I get it. They get their bags. You know what I'm saying? Like we're paying them. But at the end of the day, they're getting their money, but they also want to win. They want to get to the promised land. They want to get a Super Bowl. That's what everybody wants to feel. If they don't think they're going to get there, then it is what it is. So if you aren't feeling it at the end of the day, then move on and we can move on. That's kind of how I feel. But to lose someone like Maxx Crosby would be a killer. Like that would hurt bad. And so that's the tough part. That's the tough part with Maxx Crosby, and it's really trying to understand kind of in his head, knowing that he is at the top of his game, and he's going to demand certain things, and rightfully so. I'm sorry if people want to talk about, oh well, you shouldn't demand this, you shouldn't demand that, or you shouldn't act above this or act above that. I'm sorry, if you were the best at what you do in this world, I guarantee you your ass would demand certain things that you want. Point blank, period. And so he's doing his thing.
He's earned it.
100%.
He's earned it.
It's just a matter of not the Raiders go with them. That's it. We don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And so, but we will either move on and find success with another edge rusher, or we're going to bite ourselves in the ass, let him leave, and we're going to suffer the consequences. It just remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he has earned the right to say what he wants to say, and either we can go with him or not at the end of the day. And so I think there's kind of some mixed emotions. A lot of people, I'm seeing Luis, man, everybody's talking about Khalil Mack.
He's not,
but
he won't come back.
Yeah, but Dale in the building, you're saying no one's above the shield. I agree. I'm with you, but at the same time, you know, people have earned the right to say certain things. It's just a matter of whether or not we rock with them. And so let's see. Yeah, Luis, you're saying bring Khalil back. I think there was another comment on Khalil Mack. Let's see. You're saying the Maxx and Mack duo would be deadly. I mean, it could be, but I don't think he's honestly. I don't see Khalil Mack coming back here. I just don't see it.
Even when he's talked like, just kind of like his time with the Raiders and how he left, you can tell he's still kind of bitter about that. Like I can't see, especially like it's not like Derek Carr's here. You know, his I think they were best friends or whatever. I can't. I don't think he has that sentimental, you know, value on the Raiders like some of our fans have with him.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But again, guys, it would allow me and my kids to bring out our Mac jerseys. I'm just saying. Like so it is what it is. But hey, again, guys, we're gonna jump to the next subject. I appreciate everybody popping in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button wherever you're at. I got above me my guy Chris Protect Show podcast. I got the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate everybody in the building and all you guys. Jason, I see you. I'm not feeling
Jason Freedy. That's my guy from Oakland, man. Return of the Mac.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, good seeing you, man. I appreciate you pulling up. Let's see, Justin the DJ, you're saying that the Raiders don't have anything that would sway Mac to come this way except for money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, he probably wants to get to a team that, you know, is going to be playing deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Raider Pete, man, you're saying Carr, Matt Cooper can reunite. Stop it. It ain't happening. We all know it ain't happening.
I'm definitely cool on Cooper. I'm definitely
yeah. He'll go back to dropping every football imaginable.
I was so done with him. I think it was a rookie year when he let Pac-Man Jones like smash his head into his own helmet. Into the ground. Yeah. I was so mad and disappointed at that. I'm like, nah, that ain't it, bro.
No, I'm with you. Edward, I appreciate you pulling
yourself,
up.
Man.
Hey, bro, we stay getting receivers out here getting punked. Remember old boy took snatch Crabtree try like
But at least Crabtree was trying to fight though. He couldn't fight, but at least
yeah,
it's
chain
not a good
snatch,
look, man.
My grandmama got me that chain. Like, come on, man. Man. Hey, matter of fact, let's bring in DK. Let's bring in DK.
Right.
Why not?
They're gonna do that to DK. Yeah,
see how it works out.
Ain't nobody.
Like, show what's up, man? I appreciate you pulling up. At the end, he says, "Don't blame Crosby for having the attitude he has right now." I'm with you.
I feel him.
Yeah, he's earned the right to at least have it. Again, it's just a matter of we rock with him and roll with it. But it'll hurt to see him leave without question. And so, Edward, I appreciate you pulling up as well. Enough this nostalgic Raider Nation stuff. We have the 6th pick. If Mac wants to leave, he deserves to go get on a winner. Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out, man. But I appreciate the comment. And so let's do this. We are going to get into. Let's rock into a little bit of talking about Pete Carroll, the draft coming up. We'll just look at kind of his history just a little bit. Let's see, Rodrigo, you're saying Pete got an F grade on the draft. That started it all. I don't know what that means, man. But
the first draft. Well, I wouldn't get
his first draft.
They gave him like a C-. That's the draft that they had Richard Sherman in there. I think they drafted Bruce Irvin in the first round. Like that, people thought that was a huge reach, and they drafted Richard Sherman was in that draft. I forgot it was another guy that was like a pretty good. Was that the Russell Wilson draft? They had another good player in that draft as well. So that's the kind of draft that kicked off the foundation of the franchise.
So we're about to look at it because
he was a good player though. Like for the Seahawks.
Who?
Yeah, I like Bruce Irvin.
Yeah, exactly. But people thought it was a reach at the time.
Yeah,
because it was like he was super undersized.
Yeah,
like, people didn't know what position he would play. He was kind of a tweener. They thought so. They thought it was a reach.
Yeah.
And Bruce Irvin came over here, played opposite of Khalil Mack, right?
Yeah, he had some good years.
And he rocked out with us a little bit. So
and provided good leadership. I've always been a fan of him.
Exactly. So, all right. So starting in 2010, obviously you look at what Pete Carroll did. And again, this is obviously in conjunction with that GM, right? That GM definitely was the start of the mastermind of this draft. But the one thing that Richard Sherman said on his podcast is that Pete Carroll likes to move around, or at least with the GM, he will move around. And so, taking a look at some of his drafts, his very first draft with the Seattle Seahawks in 2010, he brings on Russell Okung, first round, and this is the year that he follows it up. Second, another first round. I think he had 2 first rounds. You got Earl Thomas.
Did they trade up that year, or did they already have 2 first?
I tried to look around and look, chat, let me know, hit hashtag Raiders and let me know if you have some answers to our questions, because I tried to look around to just kind of see
what happened, how they got it,
how much he moved. And you can't really find a lot of data on, unless you go specifically to the draft every single year on how much he moved.
Yeah.
And so you got Earl Thomas, Russell Okung, good offensive tackle.
Good,
Earl Thomas, one of the best safeties, to play, especially with that Legion of Doom, or Boom. Sorry. And then you get Golden Tate in the second round. I don't remember the receiver depth in that, but you nailed that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you find a safety like Cam Chancellor in the 5th.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Nasty. Yeah. That's
You
nasty.
know what I'm saying? Sorry, Jace, you said with Carroll at the helm, look for us to start running the rock. Yeah, they brought over Marshawn Lynch. They brought him over from the Bills originally, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we need to go back to run the rock.
Yeah, right. But you can see the start. You can see the start of what's been going on, right? With Earl Thomas, then you got Cam Chancellor. So that's 2010. You jump up to 2011, first round, James Carpenter. Honestly, don't remember that kid at all, to be honest. But they do get KJ Wright in the 4th round.
That's good. Sherman in the 5th.
Stanford guy, long, lengthy corner. Again, part of that massive.
I remember Byron Maxwell. He was
Byron
good,
Maxwell.
wasn't he?
He was, and he dropped.
Yeah, I was about to say
he dropped in the draft.
Yeah, 'cause he was like, if I remember right, he was kind of long. If
Yeah,
like,
he was super tall. Yeah, he was super tall.
Yeah, okay, I remember him. Malcolm Smith in the 7th.
Malcolm Smith, linebacker in the 7th.
Out of USC, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people remember him for, I think he was a Super Bowl MVP. Outside of that, though, he was kind of. He was kind of.
Oh, he was okay. I ain't paying attention to the Seahawks that
Yeah,
much.
he was. He had that Super Bowl MVP. I think that's why everybody remembers him. But outside of that, he was cool. But he wasn't like But get him in the 7th.
He was. I mean, he was like
he was like 7th, bro. Hey, that's a hell of a pick. Yeah, he was a starter. Say you get a starter.
Yeah, I was about to say 7th.
Yeah, that's good.
Shoot, we got 3rd round picks who don't even make the team.
Exactly. We got first round picks about to be gone. We had the 3rd round. We got first round picks. We ain't making a team.
We got 3rd round picks that get cut before practice even starts.
Exactly.
Who's that kid out of Kentucky? That was that hybrid corner.
Yeah, man. Damn, dude.
Oh, for Kentucky? No, you talking about
he was hybrid. Is the quarterback for Kentucky?
Yeah, quarterback.
What was his name? Receiver to quarterback.
Yeah, he got caught in the crack house. In Youngstown.
Yeah.
Lynn
I forgot his name. Yeah, Bolton. Yeah, Lynn Bolton.
Lynn Bolton should have been a receiver. That was his position. I don't know why.
Yeah, we had him at running back. At running back. And Obi, and Obi was like the year before. I don't think Obi made the team. Well, no, Obi made the team. Obi made the team.
Yeah. Obi Melifonwu. Yeah. He was just hurt all the time.
But what was the other guy from Clemson? I don't think he barely ever played. Tanner Muse.
Tanner Muse. Yeah,
he barely played for us.
Man, and like Obi, the thing was, I think the
Seahawks picked him up. He barely played for Seattle too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I actually liked Obi because I thought Obi was going to be, because that was the same. That was within the years that we had to actually address the tight, like.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be the one to shut down the tight ends.
So I thought that's why we were going to get him, but obviously that didn't work out.
He was a combine warrior. He was big. I think he was fast.
He blew it up.
He was fast. Yeah, he was a combine warrior.
And they thought he was going to be Byron Smith. I think that was the corner out of UConn that, like, with the Cowboys that blew the combine up too.
Yeah, someone
that we tried to get. I think he took a contract with Miami instead. We thought he was going to be him. I still remember when we drafted Obi Melifonwu because there was a linebacker. I forgot what school he went to, but Zach Cunningham. I think like the very next pick after us, the Texans took him, but he was a dog. He ended up being like pretty good middle linebacker too when we needed one.
Yeah, and then Steve, Damon Arnett. Don't mention Damon Arnett. Oh, damn it, Steve.
Trayvon Mullen. I
like Trayvon. I like Trayvon. He just couldn't stay healthy. Trayvon
hurt so damn much.
Yeah, Trayvon was balling for a little bit.
Yeah, and Joshua, man, we're gonna jump into free agency probably either on Tuesday or next weekend. We're definitely jumping to free agency because not only do we need to address free agents, but we have plenty of guys that we need to re-sign, and so this is gonna get interesting. So that's 2000. We went 2010, 2011. KJ Wright, Byron Maxwell. Byron Maxwell, I think ended up like someone that they wanted to work out, but he just struggled. He struggled to.
I remember his name, and I remember thinking highly of him. But I mean, you got to think. I mean, so overall, you look at the 2010 year. What would you guys grade that?
That's an A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's an A.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think that's definitely A.
Earl Thomas, Golden Tate, EJ
Wilson.
Chancellor.
Yeah, like that has to be A.
Nailed it.
So then what about 11? 11,
you gotta give it a.
I mean, with Sherman, honestly,
give it a B. Give it a B. Yes. I mean, Richard Sherman, you get all pro player like Richard Sherman, that kind of lifts up the draft.
It does.
Everybody else, KJ Wright was the current time to be. That might be an A too.
That's what I'm saying. KJ Wright was a long time starter.
KJ Wright was a good player.
Chad, give us the
high B.
Give us the grade.
Like a B.
Chad, give us the grades on 2010, and Chad, give us the grades on 2011.
I'll say 8 for 10.
I don't know who the hell James Carpenter is. That's
who?
That's what
I'm saying. I might have to stick with the B,
at least a B plus though, because you got an All Pro in Richard Sherman. You got a Hall of Famer in Richard Sherman though. So that's
true.
He's your Hall of Famer. KJ Wright is a very good player for a while. Malcolm Smith was a solid starter. Solid-ish starter. So Byron Maxwell was a pretty solid starter too.
He was always that number 2 over there. that's like he got beat a couple. Like there was games that or plays that he would get beat on, and you question whether or not he is the guy. But then he plays solid for a little bit. I remember that he was just kind of up and down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so so like honestly, I think this 2010 that's pretty much that's an A plus probably just because of the names.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah,
maybe you got an A minus down with 2011.
Yeah, A minus B plus at least.
Yeah, the James Carpenter messes me up. that does mess up. But then again, that's pick 25, so it's not like it was.
That's true.
Not like it's top 10.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like,
that's late. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And then and hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Sean Smith was garbage. Don't bring that. Oh God, Sean Smith.
Yeah, that wasn't our pick. That wasn't our draft pick though. That was a
free agent.
We traded for him. We got him from the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And that sucked because he was a big corner. I thought it was going to work out, but it didn't work out. Let's see. Miami gave Maxwell the bag and he started playing like a true 6th-round draft. That's brutal. Let's see. Okay, 2012. So look, first round, Bruce Irving. That's a pretty good first round.
This is the draft I was talking about right here. This is the one.
Yeah,
they grade this one like a C.
That's crazy.
You got Bobby Wagner, number 2 in the 2nd round. Russell Wilson speaks for himself. Robert Turbin, the running back. I mean, he was a serviceable.
He stayed in the league for a while, didn't he?
I remember. I remember.
Yeah, he stayed in the league for a little while.
And then you got I don't know who I don't know how that pulled out. He's a Florida guy. I think I remember him, but I don't remember him being.
I don't remember him.
Pretty big in.
I remember Jeremy Lane.
Jeremy Lane.
Yeah, I remember Jeremy Lane.
Greg Scruggs. Why do I remember Greg Scruggs?
From Louisville.
Are you talking about no? Why you might remember the name? Because you might know that name because of Juice Scruggs just came out.
Maybe. Okay.
Juice Scruggs is pretty. Yeah, he just came out, so that's why you might.
Okay.
Scruggs' name is probably in your.
Yeah. Jeremy Lane. What?
Jeremy Lane was
He went to Northwestern State, so I don't even. Corey Toomer.
So let's do this.
I mean, the top 3 is enough. The top 3 is enough.
Yeah, like that
right there.
Yeah,
that's solid, right? So 2010, Joshua says
2 Hall of Famers and a very good player.
Yeah. So that has to be an A.
Can
we remember how good the Seahawks were set up for so long because of the Russell Wilson pick? Because they won that Super Bowl with him, and he was still on his rookie contract.
Yeah,
like that helped them, man.
Justin the DJ said Jeremy Lane was their nickel DB who ended up breaking his forearm in a big game. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Think was it the name? That might have been. Was it the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl? I can't remember. I remember that though. I do remember him breaking his forearm.
No, real quick. So just Raiders. Yeah, we said earlier Kubiak is going to Seattle. Yeah. Just announced today. Josh is in this 2012 draft is an A. Yeah, you got to give it an A.
You got to.
That's a damn good draft. Let's go to 2013. I remember Christine Michael, man.
Getting a little shaky. He's getting a little shaky.
Like you're supposed to be an absolute stud.
Getting a little shaky.
So let's do that.
Hey. He was calling John Gruden for some. Like, John, what do you think we should do with this?
So let's do this.
Oh,
hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. You guys go through the names. You guys grade this chat. Grade. Grade this one.
Well, they did not have a they didn't have a first round pick.
Didn't have a first round pick.
But I don't remember none of these. Luke Wilson.
I remember Luke Wilson.
Didn't we have Luke Wilson for a little bit?
Yeah, Luke Wilson was solid. He was a solid tight end. Outside of Luke Wilson, man, he was solid with them. He was solid with them.
Okay,
Luke Wilson was solid. Outside of Luke Wilson, man.
Yeah, that's man.
Bad.
But I mean, look at the picks they had. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 7th-round picks.
Yeah.
It
was. Yeah, that's tough. Especially when you don't have a first round pick. But that was, but you got to give them grace just because they just had 3 straight drafts where it's like, okay, man, 10 is a good draft, 11 is a good draft, 12 is a good. Like sometimes it's the law averages. You ain't going to you ain't gonna hit them out of the park every. That's like a.
What we gonna give that? What we gonna give that a D?
Yeah, you gotta get at a D, man.
Yeah, that's like a D, man.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
And-
tough. Looks like
I
they was
mean,
going for. I don't remember none of these dudes, man.
none of them really. And not only that, they had. I mean, they were late in the second round too. So
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
you at the very end of the second, very end of the third. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because when they drafted Russ, they won 11 games, or I think they went 11-5 that first year with Russ at quarterback. So, you know, it was a situation where, you know, they were a competitive team at that point. So they were picking a little bit later. But yeah, that draft right there, that was
That's nasty work.
Jesse Williams. I remember Jesse Williams though. Jesse Williams was supposed to be good. I do say that. Jesse Williams out of Alabama, he was supposed to be good. He just never, I don't know what happened to him or why he didn't turn out to be good. He was supposed to be good. He was highly regarded at one point.
But shoot, with that D line that they already had, he wasn't gonna get no burn anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nas, you're saying if we get another 3 in this upcoming year with some free agent hits, we in there for a better year. This year, that's what we want. The progress year over year.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 2 number 3s. You know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna make it work 100%.
Yeah.
Josh is saying 2013 is a C.
Yeah, man. That's
Would you guys give it? Would you guys give it?
A D?
Like
that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a
tough one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, we got 9. I think we do have 9 draft picks coming up this year.
Yeah.
And so, let's see. All right. Well, we got that as a C. With Joshua, you guys got it as D. Let's go to 2014 real quick.
Let's
see.
Oh,
that's it.
Steve gives it D.
Getting a little shaky.
Yeah, I think I like Paul Richardson. He's a guy that
I remember him.
What about your boy Cassius Marsh?
I like Cassius Marsh. Cassius Marsh is a guy. He was a tone setter. He's a guy that's a little bit of a screw loose, but he was a tone setter. He could rush the passer too, but he just you never know what he's gonna get out of Cassius. He definitely had a screw loose. Paul Richardson was good. Paul Richardson actually was at UCLA too, and then he ended up getting kicked out because him and some other dudes were stealing laptops. So Paul Richardson was actually solid. He was actually solid in the league.
He was. I remember Paul Richardson.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
Yeah, he was solid for a little while. I don't know if he was ever solid with the Seahawks, but he was solid with somebody. But yeah, man, the rest of that draft though, it's
bad. I mean, this could be another. Well, that's tough.
C minus. Justin Britt
with no first round too. That's a little tough. I mean, I don't know.
They don't do their first round picks.
But
well, maybe. Wait, when did they get beast mode? Did they give up a first for beast mode?
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't know what that trade looked like.
He was still in his prime.
Looks like, and they got 2 seconds, so they must have moved back. Yeah. Oh man, and that reminds me. Speaking of, I just have to laugh at the Buffalo Bills because these idiots traded back with the Chiefs and let the Chiefs take Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, they did.
Wow, he was cooking.
And he scored a touchdown. Yeah, man, these idiots. Man.
Yeah, where's that Chiefs fan? Where you at? Let me highlight a comment. But 2014 was the year they won the Super Bowl, right?
I believe so.
I think the Seahawks won a Super Bowl in 2014. So some way this draft helped them potentially to a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, maybe.
Yeah.
And again,
I don't know about that.
I don't know where that first round went. You know, if that first round went to a talent that actually helped them in a position, then maybe it ended up being a decent draft for them if you take that trade for a player. So I don't know.
What are these? So what are these stats? What are those stats right there?
Yeah. I think is that their careers? Is that their career stats?
I think they're career stats. I don't know if it's career stats with the Seahawks.
Wait, hold on. Scroll down to Russ.
So he's got.
Okay, yeah. So career.
This has to be career. 46,000 yards.
Okay.
31 touchdowns.
Oh, so they had the 30.
That's light.
So Seattle had the 32nd pick, and they traded back with Minnesota and allowed Minnesota to pick up Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay. So they traded back, and that's nasty work.
So, but they got a second and a fourth.
It did nothing with it.
A second and a fourth.
Nothing.
Did nothing with it. So they moved around, but didn't move very, very, very smoothly. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they probably.
This is the Derek Carr drive too. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Steve, you're saying this is where you got to start questioning coach and GM overdrafting.
Oh damn!
I mean, and back to I had it up here.
And another plot twist. The Seahawks traded back to 40 in the second round, and then they end up trading that pick with Minnesota. Minnesota picked up Cal Van Noy, who turned out to be a pretty good player.
Still playing today.
Yeah, exactly.
and still balling today.
Week.
Yeah.
He just had a resurgent season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so Nazo, I agree with you. We need more look at Tampa. And look, we can and we will. I just kind of want to get a gauge on but the tough part about the Tampa Bay draft is how much Spytek definitely had a hand in it in evaluating the talent, but it wasn't the final decision. So same with Pete Carroll, right? All these names weren't necessarily Pete Carroll's final decision. So we'll definitely take a look at that the next time as well. But definitely wanted to just take a look. Yes, Beast Mode was a free agent. So
only thing I need to ask Spytek is what were his thoughts on Tommy Eichenberg? They'll tell me everything I need to know about his talent evaluation.
Where'd you have Tommy Eichenberg on your draft?
Where's your thoughts on Tommy Eichenberg? Oh wait, where did you have?
Or Tyree. Or Tyree.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, they say if he had Tyree.
Salute to you, man. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah. Hey, and Rodrigo, appreciate you. Actually, that's the one show that don't want to derail. I can't watch TV shows. I can't do it. I struggle with it. But my wife watches every TV show known to man, and so I give her just one date night, and we'll go and we'll sit and watch a TV show. The first series that we watched as a couple back in the day was Dexter.
Oh, the original.
And so we got now the original. So now we got to watch. We got to watch that one. So yeah. So I'm with you, Rodrigo. I'm watching it too. I'm giving my wife her date night. So
speaking of TV shows, when the Raiders hired Pete Carroll, it's Chris will know this. I watching Queen Latifah as the equalizer. That's how I felt. That's how I felt about Pete Carroll. That's how I felt. I was like, God,
that is the worst. There is nothing worse than seeing Queen Latifah play the equalizer.
I never saw it, and there's a reason why I never saw that. Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, oh man, she's dead. Oh man, never mind.
Sir Reginald, what's up, man? Appreciate you.
Within a year, they had.
I seen her beat up 5 grown men with a belt. She beat up 5 grown men like a belt. Like, turn this off.
All right, so let's look at 2015.
Hey, now we're getting somewhere.
Okay,
we're right. Got my Michigan boy. Frank Clark. Nice.
I'm gonna look up a little bit. Okay, so
lock it.
Chat. We've been doing this. I've been trying to bring you up. Let me know. Josh, you're saying 2014 was bad. Yeah. So let's 2015 chat rank this draft. 2015 draft. We got second round. It's a second round. I don't know how high Frank Clark was out of Michigan at that time, to be dead honest.
Yeah, he was a beast. But
did he have character concerns?
In the second round. I mean, that's good. That's probably where he was projected.
Yeah, but did he have character concerns, or was it just that's about right where he was at?
Actually, if I remember right, that year I don't even think he wasn't even the best on our team, the best lineman. But yeah, but I mean, he was probably a second round grade, to be honest.
All right. Y'all didn't have old boy yet, right? Out of New Jersey, I forget his name.
Oh, the dude that's at Gary.
Yeah, Rashawn Gary. Yeah, y'all didn't have him yet, right?
Nah, yeah, because he hasn't been in the league for that. Yeah, we didn't have him yet.
Okay.
So we got
He may have been close though. He may have been close.
So we got Frank Clark, and this is late second round. I mean, that's pick 63.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
damn near third.
So could that be considered a steal?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's a good pick.
And I remember Tyler Lockett at Kansas State. I remember him coming out, and to get him in the third, I think that the only issue with Tyler Lockett, I think, was everybody questioned just his size.
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall,
Lockett, another one still in the league too.
So Tyler
Lockett's still in the league.
Oh yeah.
And still in the Seahawks, and doing his thing. I'm telling you. I mean,
to be honest, he was. I actually thought he was a more of a threat than DK for a while. I mean, for a lot of them years too. Lockett used to get busy. Lockett was
a bad man. Like,
that's what I'm saying. He used to get busy.
Don't get wrong.
Him and Golden Tate, like they got busy.
Killing. They had the other guy too. Did they have another guy?
With Golden Tate?
No, it was that another dude that was like a hell of a route runner. He had hella releases. And what's my guy? I think he was out of Stanford. He was like super release. Like, man, he had like before Tay.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He had like he had the best releases in the league.
What was his name? Damn it.
He had before Tay, and he still like low key, if he had more size, like if he was like a bigger body, huh?
Didn't he combo as a kick returner? Or he
started off, yeah. He was out of Stanford. He was out of Stanford, but he had his releases was cold. Like before Tay, he had the coldest releases in the league. He was killing dudes. What's my dude's name?
I'm telling you. Hold on. I think I know who you're talking about, but it's not coming to my mind. I don't know.
Not Rondale.
No.
Nah. Ball-headed dude
from Stanford. Yeah.
Yes. Man, releases was cold. I'm telling you, like before Devontae, he had releases on lock.
Dark was not Sidney Rice.
Not Sidney Rice. Sidney Rice started with Minnesota. He was like out of South.
I know who you're talking about.
Doug Baldwin. There you go. Doug Baldwin. Yes.
James Lillard.
Baldwin was cool.
Doug Baldwin was cool, man. But Doug Baldwin releases. I'm telling you,
Lillard presents super chat, man.
Everybody was talking about. Everybody was talking about how cold his releases were, man. His releases was cold.
Yeah, he was more of a slot though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's like a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Doug Baldwin. Yeah, Severe. I remember. I could like picture who you were talking about, but I just didn't have the name. Just another DJ. You're saying, yeah, Frank Clark did have character issues. Yeah, man. But again, I don't know why if the character issues dropped him that far, but Frank Clark, Tyler Lockett in the third. Terry Poole, don't remember too much. Mark Glowinski. Guard out of West Virginia.
Well, shoot, what's that? That show he played in 129 games. Not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah,
I can take a look and see. Let's see.
How many starts you have? They'll go up, and that's what it looked like right there. It's like it was the starts at the top, I think. Games. Top. He started 101, so yeah. So hey, that's good. That's a good A. I ain't mad at that at all.
No, not mad at that at all. 101 games, played for Seattle, Indy.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay,
yeah,
all right, we can go back.
Right. Seattle didn't get all the bang for their buck out of it, but he stayed in the league, so they might have upgraded at the position. But hey, you can't
better than Paul McQuiston.
Yeah,
or Peter, or whatever his name is.
What's my guy? Yeah, it was Paul. It's Paul McQuiston. What's my other guy? Reggie's first round pick out the third round.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name. We always get. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
What we grading this? I'll say a B.
I give it a B. Solid B. Frank Clark, Tyler Lockett. I think it's a B.
Yeah.
My guy Glowinski.
No first round pick.
Yeah, I'm good with the B.
Good with the B.
Yeah.
Frank Clark, stud. Tyler Lockett, absolute stud.
Yeah. And then this random guy with 101 starts.
Exactly.
But Hey, but at the same time, when you nail it, you don't have a first round. You
Yeah, I'm
snag a
cool
guy
with
like Frank Clark in the second, Tyler Lockett in the third, and you get yourself a starting guard. that
fresh
started
off a
for
Super
long
Bowl.
time. Yeah. Yeah, you got to give it a B. Let me see if anybody chat, if you got any grades in here. Let me see if you guys do want to grade it, go ahead. But yeah, we give it a B. Let's go 2016.
Well, hold on. Let's see what Jeff said. 2015 trade. So they traded the 31st.
Oh my bad.
Max
Okay.
Unger to the Saints for Jimmy Graham.
Ooh. Jimmy
So
Graham
they trade 31st, Max Unger to the Saints, and they got
Jimmy Graham and 112.
Wait, huh?
So they traded the 31st overall pick and Max Unger. Oh, was that a center? I know he's an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And
wait, but you said for Jimmy Grant?
For Jimmy Graham to the Saints for Jimmy Graham and pick 112. And then they picked up, is that our boy Glowinski? Is that what he got 112? Nah.
No, it looks like they might have moved again.
Maybe they flipped 112 too then.
Yeah, I think they flipped 112 for maybe another fourth, which could that fourth be that Mark Glowinski?
Could be Glowinski, yeah, possibly.
So you
am I tripping? Because I don't remember Jimmy Graham playing for the Seahawks.
I remember him playing for the Seahawks. I remember.
Okay. So that was okay. So he didn't make a name until.
No, he made a name for the Saints. He made a name with the Saints, and then
never mind. Okay, so we got him on the, or not we, but they got him on the.
Yeah.
So okay, I don't know why I didn't remember him at the Saints for some reason.
Yeah.
He must have not made no noise really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So no, because I remember Jimmy Graham being more of that goal line guy. I think there was one season where he was just making a name for himself in the goal line at Seattle.
Yeah.
Where he was basically just that goal line guy. But I mean, shoot, if you flip that, and if you did get a goal line guy, I mean, I could probably look up Jimmy Graham's stats. I don't want to mess up the screen too much. But if they got a goal line tight end that year, plus Frank Clark, and then you swapped him out for number 4, and you got yourself a starting guard, that's not too bad. So
it's not
too bad.
C is still good. But I think Jeff, you gave it a B minus, yeah. If it all worked out that way.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So, he spent 3 years in Seattle. He's up and down. He had a really good 2016. But the other 2 years were just okay.
Did he end his career there? Or no, he went back to the Saints.
He went back to New Orleans this year. He just retired last year. He went back to New Orleans last year.
Okay.
All right, so then
here we go.
Let's see. Don, you're saying didn't he play for San Francisco, Graham? I don't think so. I don't think he went to San Francisco.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember being at San Francisco. Okay. Jeff, you're saying 2015. Okay, so maybe not a massive goal line tight end.
Yeah. He had a good 2016, but not a.
Is it 2016? Okay, I remember him 1 year having a decent year at least when it came to touchdowns in the red zone. All right, it's number 2016. Jermaine Ifedi.
Yeah,
I don't remember him. That's a first round guard.
Well, he played 100.
He played for a while.
Yeah,
117 games. Hold on, let's see. 117 games.
90 starts.
He had 90 starts.
So he played in Seattle for 4 years, and they moved on from him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
well, he was a starter.
He was a starter, yeah. You can't get mad at that.
Started for a while.
Okay. All right. So they drafted a starter, a 4-year starter. Yeah, you can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
He's first round. He's the first round guy. Draft first round. So if he's he's only a 4-year starter, that means they didn't pick the 5th-year option. So that means he's like, oh, you cool, but thank you for your service.
Right.
Thank you for your service. We gonna go ahead and upgrade off of you. So Jaron Reed's a good player.
Jaron Reid.
Yeah.
Let's see,
Man,
139
CJ
games.
Procyse. I thought he was gonna be nice.
Oh yeah, no, I remember
thought
him.
CJ
Man.
Procyse was gonna be nice. And never happened for him.
Got Quentin Jefferson in the 5th.
Quentin Jefferson is a good player too.
He's a damn good player.
He's a good player.
So you're finding some late round guys, some 5th round guys. Alex Collins did some work for them. As a running back, I think he was kind of off and on, but definitely had his spurts as a decent running back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, so some decent round guys, but then you get yourself a 4-year starter. Yeah, didn't give that 5th-year option. So
yeah,
that's tough.
Right.
So 2016, I'm like, we're
B. I get it a B.
You're the B?
I get it a B minus. I think I like Quentin Jefferson, Jan Reid. They got 4 years out of Ifedi. And I think the CJ Procyse, I don't know, did he get hurt? I think that might have been a situation where they took a chance on the guy that was supposed to be drafted earlier. Got supposed to get drafted earlier, and they took a chance on him, and it didn't work out for him. So I get at a B. I get,
All right, so then
B minus.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards C. I'm leaning more towards C.
Yeah,
but C plus. I'm gonna put a plus.
I can go C plus. I go C plus. C plus. I'm good with that.
Plus, because you got yourself a 4-year starter at the guard spot. Jaron Reid, I honestly don't remember too much about him, but you grab Quentin Jefferson late, and you also get Alex Collins that helped you at some point throughout his career early with the Seahawks. I think Alex Collins was the running back that went on to the Baltimore Ravens. That balled out a little bit. So yeah, I'll give it a C plus. I don't see much out of this one. Shaquille Griffin.
Yeah.
Not seeing much.
Man, Malik McDowell, he was supposed to be that dude. I remember Malik McDowell. He was supposed to be like that guy. I don't know why he ended up falling.
Oh, really?
He was supposed to be that dude. Yeah. Shaquille Griffin, that's small hand, right?
No, that's his brother.
That's the brother.
Yeah, I think that's his.
No.
Nub was a linebacker, wasn't he? The Nub.
No, Shaquille Griffin was the one that was the one with the short hand.
Yeah, that's small hand. That's small hand because the brother played for the Ravens. I want to say.
Yeah.
That's small hand. I remember because I remember they was talking about. Oh, now we have like the 2 fastest linebackers, something like that. It was like Shaquille Griffin and somebody else, and they had.
Yeah, but I thought he was a linebacker.
He was a linebacker. Maybe he ended up moving somewhere later on in his career. But yeah, that's it. That's because I don't know if the other brother played for Central Florida. Because I know he played for Lane Kiffin in Central Florida. Him.
Yeah.
The other one.
He was the linebacker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's a short. What's up, Dion? We're just going over Pete Carroll's drafts, his past drafts, just kind of how he did. And there was a lot of talks about him moving around in the draft, so we just kind of want to see just kind of how he did. So we're just checking it out real quick, and then after this, we're going to jump into the next topic. But let's see. BBs, man, I appreciate you pulling up. All the USC fans are happy. We got Pete Carroll. Yeah, USC fans are happy.
Yeah.
Just I'm not a USC fan, so
yeah, I'm not either. So
it is what it is. Sean, you gave it to you gave the last one 2016 a B. Okay, all right. Sean's giving it a B. He's giving it a B.
Let's see. 2017. Yeah, that's
shaky.
That's you getting back to that C minus territory right there.
like C minus on a good day.
Yeah, actually no, I don't think they got a single.
Chris Carson. Dang. Actually, Chris Carson still in the league, isn't he?
Chris Carson,
maybe he's got to be
actually for the
500 yards.
Yeah,
49 starts or 49 games.
He might actually still be over there.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, Chris Carson. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, he's
okay.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
I think what's hard though, because Chris Carson, I do think I can't remember how recent it was, but I do know that at one point he was either projected starter or was supposed to be the starter.
Yeah, and got beat out.
He just kept getting beat out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
2017, Chad. What do you guys grade this one?
Yeah, it's a C money.
James, what's up, man? Jeff, you got 2016. Okay, so all right, Jeff's throwing some
Tack McKinley. Yeah, I remember him.
McKinley. Okay,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
Well, he was with us for a
Falcons.
second, wasn't he?
For a
Didn't we
hot
get him
second.
yeah, it was like
for a hot second. Yeah,
yeah, we got him like mid-season or something.
Yeah, he was from UCLA. He was a guy that was like he was a JUCO guy that like went to UCLA. I think he went crazy for 2 years, and then he got drafted. He the one that came up to we got drafted. He came with a big ass picture of his grandma. Yeah, the big ass picture of his grandma when he got drafted. But yeah,
he was D end, wasn't he? Wasn't he a defensive end?
He was an edge guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go real quick. Hey, West Oxnard. Hey, we're gonna probably look at SpyTek's draft on Tuesday because we hit you guys Tuesday night. We're gonna look at SpyTek's on Tuesday, so make sure you pop back in with us. But Oxnard, another 805 guy in here. I appreciate you pulling up. Yeah, Jeff, you're saying Tack McKinley. Okay, 2 Falcons for 31.59 for Chris Carson. They get Chris Carson, trade Reuben Foster, 49ers, and Reuben Foster. That was the Alabama linebacker, right?
Yeah.
He got caught with all the guns and he like beat up his girlfriend or something. I forget.
That's
something.
He's the one. He like left the combine early. I think like he had like failed a drug test or something like that. He left the combine early. So everybody wanted us to draft him that year. With like he was linked to us, and then he left the combine. I don't know if he failed the drug test or he skipped the drug test. Then he left the combine early, and then like he just never turned out to be that good. The 49ers drafted him.
Yeah. All right. Dylan, what's up, man? We're just looking at the Seahawks past draft to kind of get a gauge as to what Pete Carroll might be doing as he moves around and just how well he did in the draft. And so
I told you, man, that's the Griffin. Now that's little arm right there. Shaquem Griffin. I told you, man.
Okay.
That's up.
That's what I was saying. That is him.
Yeah, but I knew Shaquem.
I thought the other one.
I'm about to say they had both of them.
Oh, they had. I didn't know they had both of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I knew they had both of them.
Okay. I
was like, yeah.
I think they did get both of them. Yeah, you're right. They did get both.
I know they had both of them. I know the other one didn't like. He must have got traded almost immediately then because he was like with the Ravens.
No. The DB actually was. He was all right.
He was good.
Yeah, I'm about to say DB was all right.
All right. He was pretty good.
So let's go. We're going. Let's see. Hold on. Josh was giving 2017 a C. Perry, you giving 2017 draft an A for ass. Yeah, it was a rough one. It was a rough one. Let's take a look at 2018. All right. Rashard Penny.
Yeah.
Starter. All right. So they I'll give him that one without question.
Rasheem Green. USC.
I don't remember that dude.
Don't remember him, but
he played some games. He
played some games with no stats. Got it. So
no, Will Disley. I know at least a couple years ago
he was
okay, I was about to say it. Tight end.
Yeah.
Trey Flowers. There's your safety, Shaquem Giffen.
Yeah,
he's there. Trey Flowers. Let's see. Trey Flowers, safety. I mean,
linebacker. 102 games, round 6. Can't be too mad at that.
No, I can't be too mad at that. It's Alex McGaugh.
International.
Not a damn thing.
They took a flyer on that.
Okay, so 2018. I mean, just kind of look at the names. Yeah, you got some guys that started a little bit. 116 games played. Michael Dixon, Jacob Martin. Now these are the games played, so it's not even started. So we just don't know how it all played out.
Yeah.
But looking at some of the stats,
I get that a low C.
I'm about to say it looks like Will Disley has played a lot of quite a few games for them. Rashard Penny. So you're basically getting 2 starters roughly out of that draft. I'm sticking a C.
Sticking a C. Yeah, see, I'm good with C.
Oh, Super Omicron. Give that a C. I know. Josh, you in here? Yeah, Carson. Yeah, you're right.
He did keep being in.
Chris Carson.
He's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, Rundown? Appreciate
you. Rundown.
Okay. Give it an F.
Go check out Rundown. Go check out Rundown's page.
So, all right, and Josh giving it a C. Yeah, a C. C minus. That's what I'd have to put a minus
Yeah.
on there. That's a tough one. 2019.
Rashad Penny is training my kid, so I can't.
Oh, that's right. Huh?
He's
That's
training
right.
my kids. So hey, so that's a B.
That's a B plus. We'll put a plus on it. Let's see.
DK.
Wait, Jeff, you're saying. Let's see. Look what they gave it for the 18th pick. Let's see. The 18th pick. Are you saying for?
We said no. They gave up. It was Jair Alexander. They gave up on. They traded back and didn't trade. Instead of picking Jair Alexander, they picked Rashad Penny. That's why he gave it an F.
Okay.
Nasty.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yes.
All right. So real quick, let's go 2019. LJ Collier, Deanna TCU on the 29th pick. I don't think that really panned out. Let's just see it.
No. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that didn't pan out for them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
4 years. They gave up on him too.
Yeah. One start, and he started basically 2 years. He's still in the
One
league.
decent year.
Well, shoot, he started 15 games this year.
Exactly.
With Dallas, I guess so. All right.
for the Arizona.
Yeah.
They just missed. They missed his window, maybe. All right. So let's go back up real quick. Let's see. 2018, 2019. All right. LJ Collier. They didn't do much with them. Okay, that was tough. Marquise Blair.
Got DK.
You got DK in the third.
You got DK
in
in
the second.
third.
I mean, the second. DK in the second. I don't know why he failed though. That was crazy.
Because it was what was the issue with him?
He had a bad shuttle time.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, because his 40 was cool, but he had
40
no
was
kinda,
better than cool. He ran like a 4.3.
Yeah, was it 4.3?
And he got like a crazy vertical over 40 in the vertical. I think he tore up the bench press too. Like he went up there. If he would have did what Megatron did and just ran a 40 and bounced, it'd have been cool. You ran a 40, do your vertical and bounce, you straight. But
that's probably what it should have did. Yeah, because I just remember he went viral because he was all extra swole.
Man,
him and AJ Brown.
Yeah.
So then I think that's a lot of people was like, oh, he gonna be a beast.
Yeah.
Real quick rundown. You're saying, Chris Carson. We were saying it. Chris Carson was. It wasn't for that injury, man. He was legit.
It was crazy that both him and DK and AJ Brown were both at Ole Miss. I think they went to
Ole Miss.
They were both there. They were both at the school at the same time.
Yeah. Yep.
That was their number 1 and number 2 receivers.
God, so they traded so Jeff, you're saying they traded Frank Clark to the Chiefs to get the number 29, and they picked up LJ Collier. Got it.
Yeah.
You can about say Frank acted up at the Chiefs.
That's
in
the
the 2022nd round.
Acted up.
Got some rings too.
Right.
That was after D Ford jumped off sides on that play when they had the interception and against Brady, and that's the only time. I think that was Pat's first year starting, and he went to the AFC Championship game, and he would have beat Brady if he wasn't for D Ford wasn't offsides.
Man, okay, so let's do this because Jeff, based on you're kind of throwing us out there, man. I appreciate you, and everybody that are in the chat. Make sure you go hit up Jeff, man. He I think you went live at the game, man.
Stats.
Here's the thing: is like what this is telling me, and based on what Richard Sherman was saying on his podcast, it does seem like he moves around.
Right. He does.
Yeah.
And again, as long
not always for the best though.
Man, they losing these trades like a mug though.
I know the trades aren't looking too hot.
They losing these trades like a mug. Because Darnell Savage ended up being a good player. DeAndre Baker was supposed to be a good player. That's a dude. He was the number one,
wasn't it?
Yeah, corner out of Georgia. He was the number one corner that year. Everybody liked him. He was a dog, but he ended up getting in trouble for like some gun or something like that. He ended up getting in trouble, and then he was out of the league for a little while. He never recovered, but he was supposed to be a dog though. He's supposed to be one of those ones.
Run down trade for Metcalf. We talked about it. Well, I ain't trading for Metcalf. Okay, I'm telling you, that's just me. But again, there's guys in the draft that it's one of those things where once we kind of get this coaching staff in place, then we'll kind of see where they want to roll. But I'd struggle to trade for Metcalf.
It's getting a little rough, man.
So this is getting rough. So
started off strong.
Yeah, we're gonna run through this. We're gonna run through this. Here we roll.
It's nasty. I like Jordan Brooks.
Let's see. Okay, so Jordan Brooks, linebacker in the first.
And Kobe Parkinson, I think.
Darrell Taylor, 24.5 sacks though.
24.5 sacks. All right, let's see how long they kept him on for. Let's see, Darrell Taylor. Seahawks for 3 years.
I'll let him go. So he was a rotational guy.
Yeah, got to the quarterback a little bit.
Yeah, 9.5, 9 point. Actually, that's fire.
That's fire. Why you let him go though?
I was about to say
he would have been our team leader for them
he
years.
Better, look, he putting up way better numbers than Tyree.
Yeah,
man.
But that was like the Arden Key years, man, when we couldn't buy a sack, man.
Man.
All right, so Darrell Taylor in second. So Jordan Brooks, Darrell Taylor, Damian Lewis.
I think he's a solid guard. I think he's a solid guard.
Let's see, with 70 games played, Colby Parkinson, DJ Dallas. Why does that sound real familiar?
Oh man, that 2021 looking pretty. It's looking 2020 looking bad.
Bad. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's looking bad.
Just coming with more trades. Hey,
yeah.
Good about what's up, man? Appreciate you pulling up. We're going over Pete Carroll's drafts, just kind of get a gauge as to kind of where he'd move around, and
that might be a D.
Yeah, man. You bet on Christian Darrisaw. Yeah. I know you got Russell Okung, but damn it, you bet.
Yeah,
2021 first.
That's probably a low D.
That's the
Oh damn, these next few trades is horrible. Yeah, I was about to say 2021 they didn't have no picks at all. Were they like they must have been like in a terrible cap situation then. Did you be giving up all your picks like that?
They must have been. Isaiah, you're saying Taylor was a good pass rusher?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, based on his numbers, it looks like at least definitely serviceable, 100%.
Yeah, too. Man, coming off the bench, giving me 9.5 sacks, I'll take that all day.
Yeah.
All day.
So Cleveland, you're rating it. Appreciate you popping in. C-. Yeah, man. C- is generous. I like it.
Yeah, I might have to go D just for
that's tough.
Man. Yeah, that's
a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
Show like man, appreciate you pulling up. Let's see. Puna 4 is UFDA. Let's see. Isaiah, so on Tuesday, we're probably going to look at Spytek's drafts with the Bucks. We're gonna rock with that one. We're just looking at Carroll today. On Tuesday night when we hit you guys, we'll probably look at Spytek's. Yeah, this 2020 was rough. 2021, 3.
Yeah.
A whole 3.
I know this name, Stone Forsyth. I know that name for a reason. I don't know why I know that name. I know that name for a reason.
That last name does sound familiar. 53 games played. Offensive lineman.
He may have. Click on him. See how many games he started.
Out of Florida, my guy. I don't.
All 14.
That name sounds familiar for some reason. I don't know why.
So he's still on the Seahawks.
Well, yeah.
Still played, started. Only 9 games this year.
Okay. Yeah. Probably got hurt.
Started, so yeah.
What round they get him in?
That was the 7th, I think. Damn, 6'8", 307. Damn,
that's a big boy.
Dang. That's them. What's old boy? What's old boy we got out of Hillsdale?
Oh, Jared
Valdir.
Valdir, yeah.
In the 6th.
Jared Valdir.
Hey, you snagged a guy in the 6th that got some work in for you. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
But only 3 picks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
That's a lot of moving too. That's a lot of trading.
I'm about to say, what are they doing? Like, what are they?
Jeff said, man, like 2020. So 2021 third, first for Garrett Wilson. Oh shit! All right, Jets got Garrett Wilson to the Jets for Jamal Adams.
Oh, they traded. They traded all those picks for Jamal Adams. Yes. Oh my God, that was horrible. Oh my God.
Darrisaw, Garrett Will.
Yeah, they traded all those picks for Jarrett I remember that now. I'll remember that. Oh yeah.
That's an F.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's an F. What we doing? What?
That's
what?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. That's
a tough one. I think Josh like D. Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's an F now, bro.
Yeah, you gotta get that an F.
Yeah,
Sholo, you're saying you're thinking about the center, Alex Force? Maybe.
Mm.
But yeah, just prepping us. All right, 2022. Let's take a look at this
Oh
one.
God, I don't even want to.
Okay, first round, Charles Cross.
I think Charles Cross was was an offensive lineman a lot of people liked. I don't know how well he's played, but I know he was pretty popular.
Shoot, I'm cool. I mean, you got
Well,
Kenneth
I
Walker
got
and
Kenneth
you
Walker
got
in a second.
You got Kobe
Woolen?
Bryant and Woolen.
Yeah, and Woolen. I'm
Yeah.
cool with that draft.
Woolen kind of fell off though, but he started out like gangbusters.
Did he get hurt? I'm about to say he started off on fire.
He started off good. Yeah, he started off good. I don't know how.
I haven't watched. I mean, has he? Is he still? Because he was like one of the best.
He was one of them like best young corners in the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he fell off already.
I think he kind of fell off. Yeah,
I think he did fall off. I think you're right.
I think he fell off.
He had 3 picks this year.
Yeah,
6 picks his rookie year. Me starter. I mean,
92. I mean, 3 picks last season.
Yeah,
18 games played, 14 started. That's not too bad. And you're probably getting a lot of work because they got what's his face over there, Witherspoon.
Yeah, Witherspoon. Yeah,
yeah.
So that's not too bad.
And Kobe Bryant.
I like Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And what round they get him in? Like 4th or 5th?
Kobe Bryant. Yeah, Kobe Bryant wasn't gonna go high though because I think he was considered undersized. Because remember, Kobe Bryant and Sauce were both on the same team at Cincinnati, and Kobe Bryant ended up winning the award.
Yeah,
same award, the Trey Taylor one. That's why I'll be putting no stock in these college awards, but these fraudulent ass awards, bro.
Steve.
And Kenneth Walker is fire, but I think he must have got hurt again. But like I liked him coming out of Michigan State.
But your boy that y'all gave to us is with
what's his name?
Zach Charbonnet.
Charbonnet. Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet's a dog.
Yeah. No, he was a dog for us. He was a dog for us.
I don't know why y'all had Blake and y'all had
I'm about to say that's
Edwards.
Blake came in. Yeah, we had some dogs.
So my youngest
came to us, it was killing.
My youngest brother that I coached him from a young age all the way up through the system, and then he got into coaching after he was done at junior college playing football, and he coached Zach Charbonnet as a youth kid before he went off to Oaks Christian.
I like him,
and so we know Zach Charbonnet pretty well. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast.
Yeah. So what y'all give? I'm gonna
cool
be. With this. I'm cool.
Well, with that, so this 2022, and Jeff is saying this is the Russell Wilson trade.
Oh shit!
So trade Russell Wilson 116 to the Broncos for 940, 145.
Oh, they got some next year too.
940.
Do what they do.
Right. And so 145 is not on this. They moved around a little bit.
Yeah, they technically won
that
trade.
They won that trade.
They won the trade, but both teams low key kind of lost. Both teams kind of
low key they both lost.
Both teams lost it, but just the Denver Broncos lost it way worse because
Noah Fant starting now. And honestly, I don't know. For some reason, I thought Drew Lock was gonna be okay, just in the right system because he got arm talent, but he ain't got it upstairs though.
Yeah. People like Drew Lock when he was coming out of school. I forgot where he went to.
I forgot too. Yeah, but he was.
Was it Missouri? Nah, was it Missouri?
It was Missouri. It was Missouri. Because they also that was a year that Will Greer came out, and I was scared Gruden was gonna get him.
People loved Will Greer too. I
stand him.
So I mean, look, out of 2022. I mean, he basically snagged Kenneth Walker for the most part. Got Kobe Rick Woolen, just didn't really work out consistently enough, but he did some work for them this year.
Yeah,
but that's a 5th rounder. Like
that's what I'm saying.
To pull that from a 5th round, I'm with you. To pull it from a 5th round is not bad. And so, all right, 2022.
I'm giving
what do you grade it?
I'm giving a B.
I get a B.
I like that draft. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie.
This is a solid draft.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm okay with the B. I would like for them to be able to pull some better names.
Yeah.
From the draft compensation they got from Russell Wilson. You're basically
Charles Cross at 9 though. That's where it's kind of Charles Cross at 9 is tough.
Yeah. So
Charles Cross at 9 is kind of tough. But no, I'll still give it a B.
You guys got a B on it. Let's see. Josh was a solid B. Josh was at a solid B on that one. Jeff is saying B with the potential for what they did in 2023. All right, Jeff, let's look at 2023. Anthony, I appreciate you pulling up. We talked a little bit about OCs a little bit earlier. I'm sure it'll probably get brought up.
Pete Carroll in the building, everybody.
Building.
That's what I'm talking about. Severe. Look, he's still awake, baby.
He's here.
He's young in the mind,
got
baby.
That energy.
That's the picture from his second year at USC.
He looking good, baby. He looking good.
It's gonna be a wild ride. Let's go with that. I love it. All right, so 2023. Look at this. Let's look at the 2023 draft. Devin Witherspoon, guy that I wanted.
Yes. Yeah. I think
so,
we all wanted him.
Jackson Smith.
Solid pick. I think Alpha One. I think were you given that last one? The 2022 a C plus. So we got Devin Witherspoon in the first at pick number 5. You got Jackson.
I love Mike Morris, man, out of Michigan. I thought he was gonna be a beast.
Really?
He ain't doing nothing.
Nothing. He was a beat. He was.
They drafted a few Michigan dudes. They got 2 Michigan dudes and a former Michigan dude.
Yeah, Charbonnet. Yeah. I thought Mike, man, he was. I was surprised he even fell that far. He was a beast.
They loved the Big Ten this year.
They loved the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Let's see. Okay, so
Devin Witherspoon, man, that was a one, man.
It was. Zach Charbonnet.
I wouldn't say Kenneth Walker's a home run. I wouldn't say Kenneth Walker's a home run. He's a solid.
Walker was good, man.
I think he's a nice player, but I don't think he's a home run.
But it is crazy. The next year they got Charbonnet.
Exactly. The very next year.
Yeah, right.
And I think Charbonnet's gonna take his job. To be honest with you, I think Charbonnet's a better of the two.
Charbonnet's a beast. He
runs hard.
He runs hard. I think he's a little stiff, a little bit in his running. But I think he's got a lot of potential to break out. I think this is going to be next year's going to be his 3rd year, right?
Hey, I'll tell you what though, if they do go that route, I wouldn't mind taking Ken Walker.
I wouldn't mind taking Ken Walker.
Yeah, I'll take our running back room
as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah, he got to stay healthy, but I'll take someone like him way over Zeus and all that.
Man, yeah, facts. Man.
So Isaiah, first 4 picks, you can't argue with knocking out the park round 1 or round 2. I mean, that's the one thing that outside of this past year we haven't done in a long time. But you knock out those first 2 rounds, that's pretty solid. And so,
what's Derek Hall doing for him? I mean, how many from Auburn?
Outside linebacker,
8 sacks this year. 8 sacks this year.
8 sacks, okay.
Not mad at that.
And not mad at that at all. I think that's a good draft right there.
Yeah, started 14 games, 8. Yeah, 8 sacks. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, okay. Because this is the last year with Pete Carroll. You know,
that was the last draft.
Yeah. So I mean, all right, this is the last one. We got grades. You got
Jeff,
I'm giving it an A.
I give it a solid A. I give it a solid A. You got 3. I think you got 3, potentially 4 starters out of there.
Isaiah Hall is a solid edge. 3-4 edge. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Moore, step it up, baby. Step it up. I ain't giving up on you yet.
Let's see. Grizzly agreement with the moment of the draft. See, so that's what I'm saying. And Josh, I appreciate you. You're grading the entire way. 23 is an A. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. There was some rough years, Pete. There's some rough years.
There's some rough years in there, man. Some rough years in there.
There were some rough years. That's true. But at the same time, I mean, if you can knock out the majority of your drafts, and one thing that we can take from it, and I'll kind of go to the big screen, and just so we know, we're talking to Pete Carroll in the building right here. This is what it is. Look at him. The young Pete Carroll. We like it. We're gonna jump up to the big screen real quick.
Rada.
Anthony, what's up, man? Yeah, appreciate you pulling up.
Server.
Man. Everybody, bro. Can't nobody get it.
Yeah. What up, Estrada? My guy.
Get it back. Okay. So here's my thing is I think the one thing we can take from Pete Carroll's kind of draft history and the way that he kind of constructs his roster is a couple things. One, he moves around. He's not afraid to move around. He's not afraid to kind of take a couple risks here and there, drop back. But at the same time, you see that he can definitely move off of certain talent. They moved away from Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
They moved off. They were able to develop Geno Smith, so they read that situation fairly correctly to where they could move on to grasp Geno Smith. So, that's kind of some of the bigger takes from his movement.
That Jamal Adams though. That Jamal Adams is nasty.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was nasty because he was already a hit. Because I was like, was that after he was kind of a head case, or was he a head case there
with the Jets? He was kind of tripping on the Jets because he wanted more money.
Yeah,
and he just never panned out for him. And then they had Geno Smith in house. I want to say so they had already picked up Geno Smith. He was the backup to Russ already.
Yeah, he was.
So he kind of was in house already. So they probably had some familiarity with them and say, you know what, hey, we can kind of make this work.
And Duck actually saying, imagine if Marshawn Lynch was still on his team, how awkward that would be. Marshawn Lynch would be like, I ain't getting that ball on the goal line.
I think they're cool though. I think they're cool. I think they're cool now. I don't know.
I don't know. Just another deal. You're saying you can't blame some of those bad draft years on. You can blame.
So
we blame? Sorry, some of those draft years on John Snyder.
He was a GM.
He was GM, but then we got to give him credit for the good ones too. So
exactly,
it goes both ways.
It's hard to tell. I think we're looking at it in that lens of. We're looking at the lens of like, look, it's both of them working together, and so they both can kind of share some blame on moving because you knew Pete Carroll had a lot of hand in the draft process.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and so. Yeah. We kind of went through it. We broke it down. Oh, Alpha One, I appreciate you. You're saying they're cool now. All right, cool. So here's my thing is, Chris, man, what's your thoughts on Pete Carroll just draft? Now that we've gone over it, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, a lot of moving around. I think that's some good, some bad. I guess it's kind of tough because again we're not in the room, so we don't know. Whose idea was it to go trade these picks? I mean, for like 3 years in a row, they didn't even have a first round pick and, stuff like that. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. My thing is if you have a guy in mind, go get him. If it's, as long as it's not, too expensive and you're not getting a bad end of the deal. So, at the end of the day, I'm going to trust, what he got going on. But, there were definitely some good drafts there, but there was some that were trash and he doesn't have that much time with us. So we can't afford to have any of those, 2019 drafts and all that. We gotta hit the ground running.
That's why it's interesting because he doesn't have a whole lot of time. We don't know if he's going to last the 3 years with the optional 4. It's like whether or not is he going to take the stance of I need to get a stud, the quarterback, or at least set this franchise, or is he going to go best player available? Knowing that he may not have the time to fully develop somebody, depending on how long he's here for. It's going to be interesting to see just kind of how he approaches it because this is a very unique situation, without question. Severe, man, what's your thoughts on the draft?
It looks like, man, I will say this. It looks like that their philosophy wasn't always best player available. Looks like sometimes they actually drafted for need. I'm looking squarely at the Charles Cross pick because there were guys like Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave were in that draft. I'm trying to think of some other guys that were in that draft. So they obviously didn't I think Drake London, I think he was in that draft too. I think if they trade, they had already traded for Jamal Adams, but Kyle Hamilton was in that draft. So, they missed, and Kyle Hamilton ended up going late. So they missed out. They missed out. So obviously they're not going best.
I like Kyle Hamilton coming out. I like him.
And everybody, he was like,
I like him a lot.
A lot of people thought he was the number one player in the draft.
Yeah,
he just played safety. So they like anybody draft no safety at least. But but it looks like they've done, like I will say this, like they've done a good job drafting offensive linemen and defensive linemen. So I think they've done pretty well there. They've done a good job drafting corners as well. And they did a pretty solid job drafting receivers too. So, I mean, And those are all areas of need for this team. So, we have to look at what
running backs too. Running back,
backs too, yeah, running backs too. Running
Chris
backs too, yeah.
Carson, Charbonnet, and
Rashad Penny. Man, Rashad Penny, dog. Don't forget my dog.
So, I mean, hey, find us a running back, Pete. Find us a running back.
Yeah, so
he's done pretty good finding some running backs. That's for damn sure. And even acquiring in the free agency with Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah,
so maybe he's got that eye for running backs. So that'll definitely help.
Good point.
Steve is saying, so the drafts from 2021 to now were better. You think they took his executive power prior to getting eventually removed after 2023 season?
I don't believe so, because he was still like involved with the team after that. Probably he wasn't as involved because they trying to get him up out of there. But I mean, from what I hear, the reason why they moved on from him is because, first of all, the team started kind of struggling, and then like he was doing, and this was directly affects us, but he was just doing a god awful job of hiring coordinators. Like his old coordinators were like terrible, and they're like, yeah, man, we can't keep on with this. Like, we cycling through these coordinators, and you're not really winning. So that's why they moved. And he was getting older too, so that's why they moved on from him. But like, not like people in the building still have respect for him. Respect for who he was. It was time for a change. He had been there for a long time. So we'll see, man. We'll see what they do here. Obviously, him and Snyder had a good relationship. A good enough relationship for him to be able to get that executive power and have the final yes or no in terms of player acquisition. So. I don't know what that dynamic would look like here with him and Spytek, but it would be interesting to see.
Look, I really do hope that it is a collective, just a collective, just teamwork.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I do hope that they all can be able to just sit back, work together, and make sure that, because at the end of the day, Jeff, you only got 2-3 years, But the thing is, like, it's tough because.
We don't know when. Only God knows when.
once you pass 65, you just never know what's going to happen. But the thing is that at the end of the day, Spytek signed a 5-year contract, so he's around. He's going to be around, and so the hope is that we can rely a lot on him, not necessarily Pete Carroll's, history. Yeah, get some input, but at the end of the day, I do hope that we can know that Spytek actually has probably a bigger hand in the draft. So yeah, we'll definitely check it out. But on Tuesday, we're going to go through Spytek's draft, and up on what I appreciate Pony saying, how does Spytek draft? We're going to check that out on Tuesday night. So make sure you come back. Isaiah, you had a comment. Kyle Hamilton fell because he cared.
40.
People cared about his 40 too much. And then you followed that up with he's football fast. And
yeah,
I'm with you. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. You don't need to have 4.3 speed. You could be a 4.5 guy, but if you have football speed,
yeah,
very different. Very different. So I'm with you.
Shout out the DJ. His question regarding the running backs.
In here?
Yeah, I think I think he likes explosive power backs.
Yeah.
If you kind of think of his
you might like Zeus.
Oh my God. Yeah. Nah, he ain't gonna like Zeus. He ain't gonna
like Zeus, bro. Zeus he's an explosive and he's a power back. He's like he gonna look at Zeus curling like, man, this dude he's man.
Here's the thing is,
on this guy.
Here's the thing is, if you take a look at the running backs that he's drafted in the past, you look at a Marshawn Lynch. What if he can potentially look at that Amari Hampton from North Carolina? He kind of looks like that.
Like him. He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
So who?
Yeah.
Amari Hampton.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's his style.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
That looks like, again, we broke down his entire draft. And again, him acquiring Marshawn Lynch, you look at that. That could be a prototypical running back that he'd be looking at. He looked very much like that Charbonnet kid.
Yeah.
Amari Hampton. You know what I'm saying? And so that could be very interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a call for Kenneth.
Oh, man.
The Seahawks. Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, cool with that. I would too.
Because
Like I
what does Kenneth's contract look like? I mean, because is he a free agent? When is he a free agent?
So when he get drafted in 22? So yeah, they might be looking. So he probably did a 3-year deal.
Yeah, you're drafted in 22 in the second round. So yeah, he might be
3 years. Yeah,
I bet you.
Yeah, they probably got him 4 years.
They got him one more year at least.
Yeah, probably 4 years. Yeah.
So, but the thing about those, he hasn't been afraid to move around. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Jeff in the chat. Like you're saying, basically, he's moving around. He moves around a lot in the draft. He moves up. He's not afraid to move up. He's not afraid to move back. So it's gonna be very interesting. And so we got Raider D. What's happening, Raider D? Appreciate you pulling up.
What's going on, man? Go check out his show, man.
Yeah, man. Raider. Yeah.
Great fire content.
100%. Make sure you shout out to him as well. SoCal, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
SoCal.
And Steve, yeah, Scatterboo could be a guy. Again, same type of running style, guys that he's drafted. So that might be very interesting, to say the least.
Only thing that worries me about him, man, he almost reminds me of like Peyton Hillis. Like, I just don't know. He runs so I just don't know how long he's going to. Yeah, I love how he runs. He's a throwback.
He'll take a beating.
Man, but I could see him getting some daggone concussions the way he run. I love it, but you're talking about a guy that I can't see him running like that over 4 years in the NFL.
Yeah,
just his style. He's not avoiding no contact.
Man,
no.
At all.
But you know what? Hey, look, you can't downplay anybody. And I'm not saying you're downplaying him, but you can't downplay anybody that kind of plays with that chip on his shoulder.
Oh, it definitely does.
He's gonna come in this league and he's gonna want to crush it. And whether or not you think can be the caliber of a top tier running back, but he's gonna come in and crush it. I think, or at least have that chip on his shoulder to potentially do it. So
no, and I hope he does. But I'm saying, remember how Peyton Hillis was?
Yeah,
he was
that
same
cover.
way. Like, yeah,
the cover never the same.
Your body can't take it, but I love his style though. I love it.
Yeah, and shout out to Sholo, man. You're saying
Mike Allstott, yeah.
You're saying trade for like Kenneth Walker again, and Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier is an interesting one.
I like him.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I think Tyler Algier, obviously you got to trade for him. I think he's got 1 year on his contract, one more year on his contract with Atlanta. But there's a chance that you could, if you wanted to trade for somebody, I could see the Falcons taking a third for it.
Yeah.
Would you give a third for Algier?
Third. That's kind of a little pricey.
How old is he?
He's still young.
Yeah, it's kind of pricey. A third for
I
Algier.
think he's 3 years in the league.
I mean, look. Apparently, the Raiders don't give a damn about age. So ask that question. Answer the real question. We drafted Chris Winkie next year, bro.
The third, I don't know, man, especially because I will say there's some guys in this draft, as far as running back goes. That's one of the deeper positions. So I don't know, because like your boy Henderson, Severe. I could see him being there in the third. That's fresh legs. So
So and that's the thing is, you guys know me. I'm not a big running back, picking a running back in the first round, getting a running back early.
Yeah.
I think you can get running backs late. I think you can get I'm a big building the trenches guy, right? You build that O-line, you kill two birds with one stone. You can open up running lanes and you protect your most prized commodity, your quarterback. So I'm a big building the trenches. But this is what we'll do, and Raider D, we'll answer yours, man. Again, appreciate you popping in, and everybody make sure you check him out. Who do you guys think the Raiders will pick at number 6, if not a quarterback? Severe, I'll let you go for that one first.
Will Johnson or Tedero McMillan. Those are the two guys at the top. I think Abdul Carter will probably be gone. I think Mason Graham will probably be gone too. So it'll be between Will Johnson and Tedero. And then if I'm picking between those two, I'm probably going Will Johnson. If it's between those two guys. I love Tedero, but Will Johnson, in my opinion, I think that dude is special. I think he's going to be special. I said Quinion Mitchell was going to be that guy, last year. I said Nate was my number 2 corner last year. I told people Terry Arnold wasn't as good as they saying he is. And I think all those are proved to be true so far. So I'm rolling with Will, and Chris has seen him play, several times. So he knows the kind of dude he is.
Dog.
Yeah.
He's a guy that you line up against Marvin Harrison Jr. Do his thing, baby.
Like, you got him.
So
you ain't gotta worry.
You take care. You follow him, man.
So Chris, what you thinking?
Yeah, with me, Will Johnson's probably my first, because again, I love the thought of having him and Jacorian Bennett, because y'all know how I feel about him. I like that. And then you still got Maxx, you still got hopefully Malcolm Kuntz, and you got Wilkins. Like that can turn into something nice. And Trayvon, like that could turn into something there. Yeah,
hopefully
that could turn
Adam
into
Butler
there.
Too. Hopefully Adam Butler.
Right.
And you forgetting Tyree, man. You get Tyree unblocked. Bro. You get Tyree unblocked, brother.
Yeah, if Tyree's unblocked, he's a beast.
What's his PFF grade when he ain't blocked? I want to see that.
Pro Bowl.
With that little swim move. He might have a full swim move. But then if we don't get him, and I may be I actually might do Will Campbell. I've been watching more of him, especially since we got Pete, and I know he's going to want to kind of solidify the trenches and get a running game. I could see him being a difference maker if we can't get Will Johnson. Yeah,
and so just want to say what's up, Dixon. I appreciate you pulling up, man. I see you in the building, man. Always good seeing you in here. And Tyler A too. Appreciate you pulling up. So here's my thing. This is something that we're going to continue to go through. So on Sunday nights, we hit you. On Tuesday nights, we hit you guys. I think evaluating what's obviously available in free agency and marrying that with what the draft looks like. Tedero and McMillan, I think that kid could be an absolute stud. It would be so hard if he's sitting there. If we don't go quarterback, if he's sitting there, it'd be so hard to pass him up. Yeah. If Maxx Crosby walks. If we don't extend him, I think Abdul Carter is a guy that if he's sitting there, we have to snag him. Yeah. Again, guys, I'm a big building the trenches guy. That Will Campbell or even that Banks kid out of Texas, I think. God, if we pick that kid up, if we pick a top tier tackle, and then Severe, I know you mentioned it, and I've shout out to you a couple times. You move DJ Glaze down to guard, and now you potentially, or again, you get Tedder McMillan, and you pick up the top guard in free agency. If you get the top guard in free agency, you slot him in. Dylan Parham is now a backup. You put him next to DJ Glaze. You have a veteran next to JPJ and DJ Glaze sitting in the interior to anchor the middle of that offensive line. I think that's huge. If you picked up a free agent, a top tier free agent guard, then in my opinion, man, I'd love to see Tedero McMillan. I mean, you solidify the weapons that would, and again, that's only if we shoot our shot at a quarterback in the second round. Maybe it is a Jackson Dart, if they feel like he's right. And so that'd be tough. I think for me, if we can solidify some help on the offensive line through free agency, I wouldn't be mad at Tedder McMillan. I'd take a shot at him, man. I think he's just a more athletic Mike Evans. I think he's an absolute stud with, in my opinion, with better hands. The way he catches that ball is as smooth as I've seen in a while. And again, on this channel, I just got some film, so we're going to do some cut-ups. We're going to definitely check out some of these prospects and break them down as well. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun as we keep going through this off season. But the biggest thing right now, guys, and you guys know it, we've been talking about it, is we got to figure out who our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator is going to be. Once we solidify those positions on our coaching staff, then we'll be able to figure out, okay, who do we bring into this building? Who are we going to keep? We got 27 plus free agents that we got to potentially bring back and re-sign. These are definitely things that we got to break down. And these are definitely things that we're going to be doing on this channel. So Joshua, unblocked Tyree is a problem. You know it. So But man, guys, we've been rocking for 2.5 hours, man. I appreciate everybody popping in the building. We talked about Spytek and some of his comments regarding Maxx Crosby. We talked about the game. We got our Super Bowl. The stage is set. Eagles, Chiefs in 2 weeks. And we broke down Pete Carroll's draft history and what we might see out of him as time goes on. And so we'll probably hit you guys Tuesday with Spytek's history as the assistant GM over there with the Bucks. We'll check that out. But then we're going to get in the free agency talks, and we're going to get into into the draft, the college prospects leading up to the draft. But again, we want to see an OC and DC hired, and we'll kind of get rocking that way. But appreciate everybody checking in with us. I know it's late night on Sunday night, but Chris, man, holler at the people, let them know what they can look forward to with you.
Yeah, man. Actually, right now, man, I'm really just rocking out with my boys, man. You know, the Raider War
Place to be.
Place to be, man. So I'm starting to get some more stuff going, man. You know, as more news comes out. So you know, just make sure you guys hit the notification bell, you know, because I will start going live a little bit more and dropping more videos. I want to do more videos. So, you know, make sure you guys check me out.
100%, man. Appreciate it. And Severe, man, let them know they can look forward to with you.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider, IG, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, X, all that good stuff. Every Tuesday, you know, here with my guys. You know, usually either during the season, we're going over game film. Right now, it's draft season. We're looking at some of these prospects. Tuesday night, I got the 50-50 show. Friday nights, I got Around the Shield, man. And then Sunday nights, you catch us here as well. You know, just, hey, going over all things Raiders, man. Make sure y'all hit those notification bells. And if you haven't already, stop by the 50-50 shop, man. Copy y'all some merch.
Fire.
You know, some merch. Hey, make sure y'all do it. You know, support your boy and support the Raiders as well.
100%, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. You know, numbers keep growing, and guys, make sure you guys hit up our guy Jeff, any Raider boosters as well, man. Jeff, I appreciate the info on the draft, man. That you let us know.
Yeah, appreciate that, Jeff.
He's probably gonna move around a little bit. It's gonna be good. Daniel Kim, I appreciate you pulling up. Sean Johnson, all you guys, man. SoCal, Sal, all you guys, man. I appreciate you pulling up. But
real quick, can I respond to Daniel real quick? Daniel Kim, as far as Will Johnson.
Right here?
Yeah. So Will, he's better in man, and he plays a lot of man. He actually played in NFL style defenses because again, he played with Wink Martindale this year, and then last year he played with arguably
Jesse Minter.
Yeah, Jesse Minter, one of the best defensive minds right now. That's kind of up and up for the Chargers. So as far as just being well coached, Will Johnson's gonna be he's gonna be a day one beast. I'm telling you, the dude's gonna have that Patrick Surtain type of impact.
Man.
And Chris, you're all about Jacorian Bennett year one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's your corner. So
yeah,
got to give credit where credit's due. Raider Pete, appreciate you. And you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Big presser tomorrow. It's announced. Pete Carroll, Spytek, they're going to address the media tomorrow. I think it's set for 11 a.m. West Coast time. So we're definitely, you know, for my channel, I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. I hit you guys some videos throughout the week, but then I also jump on with my guys, Chris Protect Show podcast, as well as the Severe Raider. We jump on here Tuesday evenings as well as Sundays. We just kind of catch you up on the news and the rumors, but at the same time, we break down film. We're gonna break down film of the college prospects, all stuff, some mock drafts as we kind of go on. But we got some plans in the works. We're probably gonna hit you guys on the draft as well, so it's gonna be fun. Definitely make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. We appreciate everybody joining us on this Sunday evening. Have a great rest of your evening, great rest of the start of your week, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday night. Appreciate you. We're out.
Yeesh.